Hi dear, what if I told you that you can get more exclusive and more exciting content? You can become a Hokage in a hidden village of lonely Kunoichi. For that, you just need to go to my boosty. The link will be in the description.
We can hear laughing come from the backyard of Uzumaki compound. The reason of this is a family of 5 who are currently training with each other. First we can see a boy with spiky blonde hair with violet eyes and has whisker mark on his cheeks trying to do the tree climbing exercise but failing over and over again and grumbling about stupid chakra control exercise. This boy is Menma Uzumaki Namikaze's middle child of the triplet. Next to him is a girl with red hair tied in 2 pigtails with violet eyes, also has whisker mark on her cheek laughing at her brother's misfortune. This girl is Natsumi Uzumaki Namikaze, the youngest of the triplet. Standing little far away from the two, standing a girl with red hair tied in ponytail with blue eyes and has whisker on her cheek sighing in exasperation. This girl is Mito Uzumaki Namikaze, the oldest of the triplet. Standing beside Mito, a tall man with blonde spiky hair with blue eyes smiling in amusement at his children's antics. This man is Minato Namikaze, the 4th Hokage, also known as Yellow Flash. Standing beside him a woman with long red hair tied in a ponytail with violet eyes laughing at her children's antics. This woman is Kushina Uzumaki Namikaze, also known as Red Death. As anyone who see them will be said that they are a perfect happy and complete family, but it's not as complete and happy as it look like because they have been missing someone. Staring at them with disgust and hate a boy from a window of one of the room on 1st floor is a boy with spiky blonde hair with blue eyes and has whisker mark on his cheek. This boy is Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze, the eldest of the Uzumaki Namikaze siblings, being 1 year older than the triplet. Also he is neglected for his so-called special siblings. Sighing, he turned his gaze from his family to the seal he was working on and started to work on it. He worked on the seal for like 45 minutes and complete the seal. He then started to think about his life and the events that made his life a living hell. Flashback 5 years ago, October 10th, a peaceful night when all of the citizen of Konoha is preparing to go to sleep, but suddenly a loud roar is heard as the great Kyuubi no Yoko attack Konoha. All the Jonin, Umbu, Chunin start to fight the great beast, while all the Genin started to evacuate the civilian to the safe location as 3rd Hokage Hiruzen Sarutobi and Jiraiya of the Densetsu no Sannin, who summoned a battle toad, joined the fight and started to push Kyuubi out of the village. While this is going on, his father, the 4th Hokage, engage a masked man in a battle, as the masked man is also the reason of the Kyuubi attack on the village. After some time his father managed to injure the masked man as well as use a contract seal on him to realize the great Kyuubi from his control. The masked man to flee from the site as his control over Kyuubi is broken. While the shinobi and the 3rd Hokage as well as Jiraiya was fighting the Kyuubi, his father arrived there in a yellow flash and joined them. Minato, what happened? How did the Kyuubi escape the seal? Asks the aged Hokage. A masked man attacked the place where Kushina gave birth and killed Bawako-sama. Taiji and the Umbu that are guarding the place also take the triplet as hostage. He then tried to kill the triplet, but I use flying Raijin to rescue the triplet and teleport them to the safe house, and the masked man took this opportunity to kidnap Kushina and extract the Kyuubi from her. He then used his Sharingan to put Kyuubi in a Genjutsu and use it to attack Konoha. Replied his father to the 3rd Hokage. The 3rd Hokage sighed in sadness, hearing his wife is now dead, but before anyone could say anything they all saw Kyuubi is charging a tail beast bomb. As soon as his father see this, he summoned Toad Boss Gamabunta to subdue Kyuubi so that he can teleport the Kyuubi with him to a safe location, and after few moments his father managed to teleport the Kyuubi with him to a safe location. Jiraiya, let's go, Minato might have need our assistance, said the 3rd Hokage to his godfather as they started to make their way to the location where his father teleport the Kyuubi with him. When they reach the location they see that his father is preparing to summon Shinigami, so that he can split the Kyuubi into 3 parts and seal it in his siblings, but 3rd Hokage interrupt him and offer to do the sealing. His father at first refused, but after few moments of argument agrees and thanked the aged Hokage. Then 3rd Hokage used Reaper Death Seal and summoned Shinigami, and with the help of the Shinigami split Kyuubi into 3 parts, as in chakra gets sealed in Menma, Yang chakra gets sealed in Mito, and the soul gets sealed in Natsumi. As the Shinigami disappeared, 3rd Hokage tell his father to take care of the village. After that, 3rd Hokage died peacefully. 3 days later, his father announced to the village that the Kyuubi is defeated and his siblings are the hero who are keeping Kyuubi at bay. As the Kyuubi sealed into them, after hearing that the villagers cheer for his siblings. And also a funeral was held to mourn the fallen shinobi. A week after announcing the Jinchuriki status of his siblings to the village, his godparents Jiraiya and Tsunade visit them and told his parents about how a child of prophecy who held great power and can understand every creature is going to bring peace to the shinobi world if treated right, or he will destroy the world if treated wrong, and his godfather thinks that it is his siblings. When his mother mentioned about him, Jiraiya said that he is not this child of prophecy as he didn't hold any great power, and his mother accepted the explanation with some hesitation. After that, his parents started to neglect him. His godparents also neglect him, as when they visit Tsunade mainly play with his sister, whereas Jiraiya play with Menma. When he try to join them, they just ignore him. His siblings also started to either ignore him or bully him. At first he was very close to all his siblings, mainly his sisters, but they also started to neglect him as well, or sometime his parents send him to his room so that they can spend time with his siblings, which saddened him. After 3 years his parents start to teach basic of the shinobi art theoretically to his siblings, and as usual they left him, as it saddened and angered him very much. As one day when he was strolling through the street, he bumped into Makoto, his mother's best friend, who instantly recognized him and asked him what he is doing outside. So he told her everything, which angered the woman, as she was ready to go to the Uzumaki compound to confront his parents, but he stopped her and begged her to not to say anything to his parents. When she asked why, he replied that they might punish him for disturbing them. This broke the woman's heart. She then take him to the Uchiha compound and help him to learn how to write and read, as he is quite intelligent, so he learned fast. She also fed him with her own hand as well. He then broke down after feeling a mother's love and thanked the woman as Makoto hugged him. After that incident he sometime go to the Uchiha compound to visit Makoto. Slowly a mother-son bond from between them, as he started to call her Ka-chan and she started to call him Sochi. She also teach him how to cook as well. She, along with Itachi, Shursui, Izumi, Hana, Anko, Kurenai, Yugao, Guy, help him train. He is a prodigy when comes to shinobi art, mainly in Fuinjutsu, as after unlocking chakra he train in chakra control exercise and academy jutsu, but when he attempted the clone jutsu he can't do it right, so Shursui teach him shadow clone. With the help of shadow clone he started to train and improve greatly. As when he training he discovered he has all 5 chakra nature and 3 Kekkei Genkai, being Kagurasenjin or Mind's Eye, Kongafusa or Adamant sealing chains of the Uzumaki clan, and an unknown Kekkei Genkai, which gave him the ability to combine the chakra nature to recreate sub-elements. He also can clearly understand what animals are trying to say but didn't know why. Even though he has this ability, he didn't tell his parents about it. Only who are close to him know about his ability. He also create time displacement barrier seal, which when active can slow the time within the barrier, which also help him a lot in his training. Whenever he go out in the village, the villagers either ask him how to feel being 4th Hokage's son or hero's brother, or they straight out say, he is a failure and disgrace in the name of their oh so beloved 4th Hokage. It didn't help as his siblings started to bully him with their friends for being weak and loner. Yes, he is a loner because his siblings told their friends not to talk with him or his siblings will not be friends with them, so they left him and isolate him. Only ones who didn't belong to this group are Shikamaru, Choji, Shino, Yakumo, Lee, Tenten and Niji, as they totally ignore him. Satsuki and Hinata, who was his crush, befriend him only to trap him so that others can beat him. When they beat him he didn't retaliate, as he might be punished later if he retaliate, but what broke him is that the 2 person he considered friends at least as well as has crush on not only trick him so they can bully him but also laugh at him and gloat at how they play with his feelings. He was heartbroken and angry but didn't do anything and left while his siblings and their friends still laughing on him. When he was alone, he always snuck into the Uzumaki compound library and copied jutsus as much as he can. One time when he is in the library going through some scroll, he see an envelope on the desk. As curiosity got better of him, he opened the envelope to see some documents, which he read and instantly became angry, as the document content is that his parents take away his birthright and give it to his sisters, whereas his brother will be next Hokage, and he will be trained in minor things so that in future so he only reach Jonin level to help his siblings to completing their so-called destiny, and it also contains that he will be forced to marry a few girl which his parents will choose. His so-called sisters is also in that marriage contract so they can expand their clan. In other words, his parents trying to use him as meat shield for his siblings and breeding factory for their clan, which angered him greatly, as he decided that he will leave the village for good, and he started to make plan to leave the village. Present time. It's been almost a year he started to plan to leave the village, as he started to pack everything in storage scroll. After few hours of packing around 3 p.m., he silently left the house for the administration building. Once he reached the administration building, he asks the clerk about the procedure so a member of a clan can excommunicate her from the clan. The clerk looked at him for few moments and shrugged. The clerk they give him a form which he fill up and submit it. He is then said to come next day morning to collect his document, to which he nodded his head and thanked the clerk before leaving the administration building. After some time he reached the Uzumaki compound and silently reached his room and lay down, promptly fell asleep. Time skip next day. Next day Naruto woke at 5 a.m. and after doing his morning rituals he made breakfast and ate the breakfast and washed the dish before packing the lunch and leaving the compound for training. After train for 5 hours he takes some rest and then leave for the administration building. He reached the administration building around 11 a.m. and asks the clerk about his document, which the clerk gave him after a little bit of searching. Naruto sealed the document and again left for training in an abandoned training ground from prying eyes of the villagers and shinobi alike. He also set up his time displacement seal on this training ground to train more in short amount of time. Time skip 4 p.m. Naruto trained till 4 p.m. only taking break for lunch. After training he make his way to the Uzumaki compound and see no one is present. He used tree climbing exercise and climb the wall and enter the compound through the window. Then he take a shower and make his dinner and take it to his room. He knew that his now ex-mother and ex-siblings will not be back until it's 8 p.m. So he quickly made his way to the library and started copying jutsu from the scroll with the help of Shadow Clone. Next 3.5 hours he copy as many jutsu as he can that didn't copy previously. After putting the scrolls to his place, he left the library and made his way to his room. After reaching the room he seal all the scroll to the storage seal and lay down. I can't believe that Hokage-sama signed the documents without noticing my name. Well, it's no new thing as he did sign documents without seeing, especially when Kushina-sama and those 3 spoiled brat visit him in afternoon. Oh well, not my business anyway, and it's perfectly fit with my situation. Well, I have to wait for another 3 days. In 3 days the 3 spoiled brats' birthday, also the Kyuubi festival and night when they will engage in the party and Kyuubi festival. I can easily snuck last the gate and leave this hellhole. I think I should go to Uzushio first to see if I can find anything and plan my next move from there, thought Naruto. Time skip next day. Next day Naruto woke up at the same time, do his morning rituals and left for the training as usual and came at afternoon. He walked past his now ex-family who didn't notice him as usual and go to his room. He then take a shower and change into fresh clothes and started to wait for the right time. He thought for some time and wrote a letter to his now ex-family, put it in an envelope and place it on his study table. Time skip to 8 p.m. At correct 8 p.m., he left the compound through his room window and transform into random civilian. He then make his way to the village main gate and saw some people leaving the village with them. He left the village. After going to a safe distance, he dropped the transformation and started tree hopping towards Uzushio. He traveled 6 hours constantly, then set camp for rest. I am sorry Miko-chan, Itachi and I, Shursui and I, Izumi-ne, Anko-chan, Hana-chan, Yu-chan, Nai-chan, that I left you all without telling any one of you, but I can't take this longer. Hopefully I can find happiness somewhere out here, so please forgive me, thought Naruto as he fell asleep. Next day Naruto woke at 6 a.m. After eating a quick breakfast he started tree hopping again for 7 hours and take a short break to eat lunch and take rest and started tree hopping again and reached the broder at next day dawn. He then started to use water walking towards Uzushio. After some time he reached near a whirlpool and bite his thumb and drop some of his blood at the whirlpool before going through a set of hand sign and shouted whirlpool release. As soon as he said that, the whirlpool stopped and he go to Uzushio and again started to go through another set of hand sign and shouted whirlpool formation, and again the whirlpool starts. After that Naruto look around the ruin for anything of value until he reaches a door on the ground which is sealed with blood seal. Swiping some blood to the seal and channeling chakra, he opened the door and descended down to the underground bunker, but to his surprise, he saw a huge library with various scrolls as well as a beautiful katana there, as well a lot of money, gold, silver on a vault. Naruto immediately realized this is all of the Uzumaki jutsu and treasure. Naruto then create 500 shadow clone to read all the scroll while he started to go through some taijutsu and ninjutsu scroll. Time skip 6 months. It's been 6 months Naruto came to Uzushio and start his training now. He is ready to leave Uzushio. In this 6 months he trained all of the jutsu that he has and made various jutsu for sub-elements as well as master the jutsu of sub-elements present in the Uzumaki library at Uzushio. Also he sometime go out and do some bounty hunting for missing nin and some mercenary job as well. While doing this job he wore a black cloak with hood and umbu mask that is left at Uzushio so no one knows who he is as he is registered as a rank ronin at Bingo Book. This time he go out without mask and cloak, and after crossing the sea between Uzushio and Land of Fire he reached the shore and made his way to Land of Iron through Land of Hot Springs so that he can improve his kenjutsu skill some more. Time skip 2 days. As Naruto make his way towards Land of Iron, he sensed a Jonin level and a Chunin level chakra nearby. He immediately became alert and suppressing his chakra he goes to investigate. As he reached the location he sees 2-person an adult man and a girl of his age sitting there peacefully. He recognized the man as Zabuza Momochi, also known as Demon of the Mist, though he didn't recognize the girl. After contemplating some time he decided to talk to them and ask Zabuza to train him, so he made his presence known to them. "Who are you, brat, and what do you want?" asked Zabuza as he and Haku in high alert. How did this brat get to us undetected, and from looking at him, he is probably 4th Hokage's son, so what he is doing here, thought Zabuza. "I mean no harm to you guys. I just want to talk to you, Zabuza," said Naruto as he put up his arm in surrender. "Well, speak then," said Zabuza. "Hi, I am Naruto and I want to ask you is that can you help me with kenjutsu and water style ninjutsu?" said Naruto. "And why should I trust you and train you?" asked Zabuza, but before Naruto could answer Zabuza again said, "And beside if I give you to IWA I can get a handsome amount of money as you are the son of Yellow Flash." When Naruto heard this became angry and shouted, "Never call me that's bastard's son, if you don't want to train me fine but never relate me to that bastard." Hearing Naruto's outburst Zabuza and Haku shocked at the statement and wondering what the hell happened between Naruto and his father. Zabuza then asked, "What the hell happened between you and that man?" Sighing, Naruto explained his situation to Zabuza and Haku, which shocked them. "I am sorry that you have to go through this, Naruto-kun," said Haku as she hugged the blonde. "Okay, I will train you, brat, but you have to kill as well in future," said Zabuza. "I know that and killed before as well. You may have known me by my other name, as I am in the Bingo Book as Wolfsprit," said Naruto. Both Zabuza and Haku are shocked at the revelation as Naruto unsealed the umbu mask as proof. After composing themselves, Zabuza agreed to teach him and Naruto also agreed to give them some jutsu as well. Time skip 6 months. In this 6 months Naruto improved in his kenjutsu as well as water, ice and wind style ninjutsu greatly. He and Haku became best friend and Haku also developed a crush on him as well. Naruto as well developed a small crush on Haku but didn't say to her as he knew he have to left them and if told her it will only cause problem. "Well, this is it I guess," said Naruto. "Did you really have to go, Naruto-kun?" asks Haku as she didn't want her best friend and crush to leave her. "Yes, but that doesn't mean we will not meet again someday, and I know for a fact that we will reunite again in near future again," said Naruto as he hugged Haku and kissed her forehead. "You better remember that or I will hunt you down and beat you up for forgetting," threatened Haku. "Well, thank you for training me, sensei," said Naruto to Zabuza. "Yeah, but when we meet again I will test you how much you improve as we spar. Until then, goodbye and take care," said Zabuza. "Yeah, I will remember, and you better take care of yourself, and especially Haku, or otherwise I will hunt you down," said Naruto, which causing Haku to blush furiously. After that Naruto left them band head towards Tea Country, which is 3 days from where he is now. Time skip 3 days. 3 days now passed. Naruto left Zabuza and Haku and now he reached the Degarashi port town. He then decided to take stroll around the town and in the afternoon he reached at the market near port where he see a man with shaggy brown hair and onyx color eye arguing with some vendors about something and a crowd watching the two in amusement, but by looking at the man one could say he is quite distraught. After some time the man left the stall, so he followed the man in curiosity, and when that man reached near the port Naruto called the man as the man turned around. "Yes, how can I help you?" said the man in irritation. I saw that you were quite distraught when you arguing with the vendor, so I decided to follow you to see if I can help you somehow," said Naruto truthfully. Thank you, at last someone who tried to help me," exclaimed the man happily. Okay, calm down, let's go to someplace safe and talk about you problem. By the way, my name is Naruto. What's your name?" asks Naruto to the man. "My name is John, and I am from Kanto region," said John. It confuses Naruto greatly, so he voiced his confusion as he followed John to his ship. Kanto region, never heard of it, exactly where it is? Asks Naruto to John. So in next few hours, John explained everything about Western region, which Naruto also called server region. John explained how there is some creature called Pokémon, how people catch them and befriend them, and also about Pokémon League, Pokémon contest, which fascinated Naruto. John then told him that the currency are different here in Elemental Nation as to server region and how they have to restock, but no one helped them or change their currency to that of the Elemental Nation. Okay, I will help you restock, but you have to take me with you to server region and help me with some money so that I can reach Pallet Town and meet Professor Oak so I can learn more about Pokemon and find some job, as you say it is relatively peaceful there, said Naruto, which John agreed happily. Next day, with Naruto's help in financially, John and his crew restock and left Degarashi port as Naruto also joined them to leave Elemental Nation altogether. So this is it, where I can left the past and move forward to a new start in server region, thought Naruto, as he see the Degarashi port slowly vanish from his eyesight as they go towards server region. Chapter 2. Chapter 2, starting a new journey. It's been nearly 2 months Naruto left the Elemental Nation as whole to start a new life in server region. Although he is on the ship, but he didn't stop his training. Yes, he can't practice elemental ninjutsu or spar with his clone, but he still practiced taijutsu kata, kenjutsu kata, fuinjutsu, and chakra control exercise. When John asked Naruto why he's still training his shinobi art, Naruto answered that why not, maybe when he get a Pokemon he can try and teach it some of these shinobi art, and also he will remain fit in this way. Now we see an excited Naruto stand on the deck and watching various water-type Pokemon that swimming along with their ship. Naruto, you're really excited to reach the server, didn't you? Asked John to Naruto, who nods his head in excitement. Yes, I am, but how long it will take to reach there, John? Asked Naruto to John. Well, it will take a week at most to reach there, answered John. Naruto, please compare currency of both Elemental Nation and server region, so that I can pay back to you the money you spend on us in Degarashi port, said John to Naruto. After some thought, Naruto said, I think it's best to assume their value same, as we really didn't have this type of problem with currency before. John is touched that Naruto didn't try and charge the value of Ryo more than the value of Pokedollar, as he paid Naruto his money and give a fastball too. Naruto tried to say John didn't have to give him anything, but the man insists, saying this is a thank you gift for helping him, and also be fair with him in terms of currency, so Naruto accepted the gift with reluctance and thanked the man. Naruto then asks why this Pokeball seemed different than a normal Pokeball, as he saw them John show him his Pokemon. Naruto, this is a fast ball. It is mainly used to catch Pokemon who are very fast, explained John to Naruto, as this information shocked him, as he asks John more about these Pokeball balls, as John tell him about all the different types of Pokeball. Time skip. A week has already passed as they reach to the Vermilion City port, and Naruto is eager to meet with the renowned Pokemon researcher Professor Oak and learn from him about Pokemon. Well, thank you, John, for bringing me here, but can you tell me which way I have to go to reach Pallet Town? Asked Naruto. Well, you have to go south to reach Viridian City, then to the Pallet Town. If you face any problem, asks either Officer Jenny or Nurse Joy or any other trainer for directions, said John. John then told how Officer Jenny and Nurse Joy looked and where he can find either of them. I see, well, thanks, John, said Naruto as he started to leave, but stopped and turned towards John and said, oh, and one more thing, can you give me your Pokenav number so I can contact you in the future? After that, John wrote down his Pokenav number to a paper and give it to Naruto, and Naruto bid John farewell and started to make his way towards Pallet Town. Time skip 5 days. It's been 5 days Naruto reached Vermilion City and started his journey towards Pallet. Sees many Pokemon on his journey towards Pallet Town. He see many Pokemon on his way towards Pallet Town, and when he camped in forest at night, he noticed that he can clearly understand what the Pokemon are saying to each other, which intrigued him, as he didn't think that he will be able to understand the Pokemon, as they are totally different creature than normal animals or bird of the Elemental Nation. Now Naruto reached at the pallet as he looked at the town to see it's relatively peaceful. As he take a deep breath and started to make his way through the town, he started to look around to see that the people are happily chatting with each other. Seeing this, a small smile formed on Naruto's face. As Naruto was walking, he didn't notice a woman is standing in his way, and he bumped into the woman. I am sorry, I didn't see where I was going, apologizes Naruto to the woman, As Naruto looked at the woman who is tall, has brown hair and brown eyes, beside her standing a 5-year-old boy with spiky black hair and brown eyes and has lightning bolt mark on his cheek. "Ah, it's okay, young man, but next time be careful, okay?" said the woman to Naruto, who nods his head. She then looked at Naruto and didn't recognize as town's resident, so she asked, "Who are you, young man? I believe I didn't see you in the town before," asks the woman as the boy beside her stared at him curiously. "Ah, yes, you are right about that. I am new to this town and my name is Naruto, and you, ma'am," said Naruto. "Ah, where are my manners? I am Delia Ketchum and this is Ash, my son," said Delia. "Ah, I see. Well then, Mrs. Ketchum, can you tell me where I can find Professor Oak?" said Naruto. "Well, you must be a new trainer, visit Professor for starter Pokemon, right?" asked Delia to Naruto. I am looking for Professor so that I can learn about Pokemon, so in future I can go on the journey," said Naruto. "I see. Well then, follow us as we are going there anyway," said Delia. After that, Naruto, Delia, and Ash go towards Professor Oak lab. Take 10 minutes for them to reach the lab. After reaching there, Delia knock on the door. After few minutes, the door opened to reveal an elderly man with gray hair, thick eyebrow, and brown eyes. This man is Professor Samuel Oak, a renowned Pokemon researcher. "Ah, Delia, I see you here, and you also brought Ash with you as well," said Professor Oak to Delia. Then he noticed Naruto. "And who you might be, young man?" asked Prof. Oak to Naruto. "I am Naruto, Professor Oak. It's nice to meet you," said Naruto to Professor Oak. "I see. Well, come in, all of you," as Professor Oak welcomed them as they go in the lab and sit on the sofa in common space. Also, Delia go to the kitchen to make some tea for them, and Ash run off to play with the Pokemon in the ranch. After some time, Delia come with the tea, and they start to enjoy the tea when Professor Oak asks Naruto, "So Naruto, my boy, where you from, as you didn't look like you're native to Kanto?" Naruto sighed at the question and started to explain everything about Shinobi, chakra, and what happened in his life. He also explained how he left the Elemental Nation and reached to Server region and his wish to learn about Pokemon. As Naruto was explaining, Professor Oak and Delia first intrigued by explanation, but when Naruto started to explain about his life, they were horrified and angry at his parents. Also smile when he told them about Mikoto, Itachi, Shursui, Izumi, Hana, Anko, Kurinai, Yugao, Haku, Zabuza, and Guy. They also understand why he left the village. At the end of the explanation, Delia hug him as both her and Professor Oak says they will help him any way they can, for which Naruto thanked them. Naruto also told them about how he can understand what Pokemon are saying, which intrigued Professor Oak and shocked Delia. As Professor Oak released his Dragonite from Pokeball, who was confused why he is called. Then Professor Oak asked Dragonite to have a conversation with Naruto to see Naruto's ability. Dragonite was skeptical but shrugged and started to say something which Naruto can understand fully. As a result, Naruto started conversation with Dragonite, who is very happy that someone can understand what he is saying. When Naruto is talking to Dragonite, Professor Oak has a giddy look on his face as Naruto's ability can help him to understand Pokemon better than before. After that, as the conversation between Professor Oak and Naruto being progressed, Professor Oak explained to Naruto all about Pokemon Trainer, Pokemon Coordinator, Breeder, Pokemon Ranger, and Pokemon Researcher. Also told him about Gym Leader, Elite Four, and Champion. After hearing the explanation, Naruto said to Professor Oak he wanted to become a Pokemon Trainer as well as a Pokemon Breeder and Pokemon Researcher as well. After hearing Naruto's wish, Professor Oak said he will teach Naruto and offer him to be his assistant, which Naruto immediately agrees. Time skip 1 year. In this 1 year, Naruto learned a lot from Professor Oak, and now he is working at the lab as an assistant. He was always eager to learn and can soak up the information very quick, as he is quite intelligent, and with the help of Shadow Clone he learned everything within 4 months. Even though he really didn't have any type preference that he would like to specialize in at first, but later Dragon, Dark, Psychic, and Ghost-type Pokemon intrigued him, so he started to research about them, like their behavior, how to take care for them. He also started to write paper on basic behavior patterns of Mind-Arts Trio and Dragon-type and how to take care of them, which impressed Professor Oak, and he encouraged Naruto about it as Blonde thanked him. What Naruto didn't know is that Professor Oak showed his research paper to all of his colleagues, who then show it to respective Gym Leader, Elite Four member, and Champion, who is really impressed, and WHE asked who wrote this papers. Professor Oak is happy to brag about his surrogate grandson Naruto. Although just because Dragon-type Pokemon and Mind-Arts Trio intrigued him doesn't mean he only focus on them as a specialist would do. No, he still learn about other type as well as he didn't want to be a type specialist anyway. In this time, he set a new hard goal, which is to catch and train all the pseudo-legendary Pokémon. In his off time, when he didn't study, he'd take care of the Pokémon in ranch as well as preparing starter Pokémon for new trainer. Now we see Naruto is sitting on the roof of the lab and watching the setting sun when he heard someone calling him from behind. As he turned, he saw his first Pokémon, Elacious, whom he caught at Alto in Johto region. Flashback. It's been 6 months. Naruto started to learn under Professor Oak. Now he is going to Johto with Professor Oak to visit Professor Elm, who is also Professor Oak's students and specialize in Pokémon evaluation. As they arrive at New Bark Town at Professor Elm lab, they saw that Nurse Joy of the New Bark Town yelling at the professor for being careless, who comically slumped to the ground. This scene amuses him a lot. Professor Elm greeted them as soon as he sees them, as this way both the professor started to discuss about Pokemon evaluation from, and he started give his opinion as well. For 2 weeks they started to research about Pokemon evaluation. After that they visit Altomir City for a little vacation, and Naruto, as always, wander off on his own when he meet Latias and became friends with the dragon and psychic type legendary Pokemon. Some later a Pokemon who looks same as Latias but blue in color appear in front of them, whom he learn is Latios, another dragon and psychic-type legendary Pokémon who is also brother of Latias. He also became friends with Latios as well. Later, when Altomir was attacked, Latios sacrificed himself to save Altomir. Both Naruto and Latias were sad by the death of Latios. As the time come when meet with the professor, as he knew they probably worried about him. After that they will leave Altomir and go back to New Bark Town, so Naruto meet with Latias again to say goodbye but didn't really want to, so he decide to ask her if she want come with him. Latias immediately agrees, as with her brother's death, there isn't anything there for her anyway, and she also didn't want Naruto to leave her. Naruto catches Latias with the fastball that John gave to Naruto, and he then release her and asks if she had a name, to which Latias shake her head in negative. When Naruto asks if she want one, she said to him yes, so Naruto called her Sumi and asks if she likes that name. She said yes. After that Naruto returns Sumi to her Pokeball and go back to where both the professor are. As Naruto reached both Professor Oak hugged him as he was worried about him. Then both of them saw a fastball in Naruto's hand, so Professor Oak asks Naruto if he casts any Pokemon with the fastball. Pokemon he only kept Fletchinder, Helioptile, Doublade and Hawlucha with him, and sent other Pokemon to Professor Oak's lab. Now we see Naruto is with Sumi and Lucario and is roaming on the mountainside of the Kalos region and searching for Gible, a dragon and ground dual type Pokemon, as they can be found in the mountain region of Kalos. They are on this for 2 hours already, but he didn't see any sign of Gible. They continued their search for another hour but couldn't find a Gible, so Naruto decided to give up the search and take some rest. Naruto sat down and call out his other Pokemon out as well. He then unsealed pre-made food and he and his Pokemon started have their lunch. After finishing lunch, Naruto washed the utensil while Hawlucha and Lucario help him with it. After that, Naruto and Lucario started to meditate while his other Pokemon are playing together. Master, I can sense 2 signature clashing with each other. One is felt like cold, probably an ice type. Another is somewhat similar to Sumi's aura, so my guess is a clash between dragon type and ice type. Should we check it out? Asked Lucario to Naruto through their mental link. Yeah, let's check it out. If luck is on our side, then the dragon type can be Gible, said Naruto to Lucario as they both got up and left to check out. After some walking, he and Lucario came to the scene of the 2 Pokemon fighting with each other. To Naruto's disappointment, none of them is Gible. Even though none of them is the Pokemon he want, but still Naruto brought out his research Pokédex and scanned them as robotic voice of the Pokédex heard. Gumi, the slug Pokemon. It is said to be the weakest dragon-type Pokemon. It lives in damp, shady places, so its body doesn't dry out. It's covered in a slimy membrane that makes any punches or kicks slide off it harmlessly. Bergmite, the iceberg Pokemon. It uses cold air to repair any cracks with new ice. Using air of -150 degrees Fahrenheit, they freeze opponents solid. They live in herds above the snow line on mountains. Why in the name of 7 layers of hell are Gumi and Bergmite doing here? Said Naruto to himself, as there isn't any damp area or water body nearby for Gumi to appear, neither its snowy mountain to Bergmite to appear. Is they also abandoned by their trainer for being weak? Thought Naruto as he watches the battle. Naruto then signaled Lucario to intervene their battle as they are taking it far and going to be seriously injured. Lucario understood his friend/master intention, so he intervened the battle which make both Ice and Dragon-type Pokémon go on high alert. Seeing the situation, Naruto moved to them while having a warm and comforting aura around him, which make both Pokémon calm down. Hello Bergmite, Gumi. What are you guys doing this part of the mountain, as this is not the ideal place for both of you to live, and why are you both battling each other this intensely? Asked Naruto. Though in place of getting answer he get weird look from both Pokémon as they didn't believe that he could understand them. Seeing their looks, Naruto said, "Don't worry, I am an Aura Guardian, so I can understand you clearly. If you still had any doubt you can ask Lucario here, who is my Aura partner." This shocked both Pokémon that an Aura Guardian is in front of them. They turned to Lucario, who nodded in affirmation. They then started to explain how their trainer abandoned them, and why they fight each other, which confirmed Naruto's suspicion. So Gumi, your trainer had a battle with another trainer who uses a Bergmite in that battle, and you lost to that Bergmite. Your trainer then abandoned you here where you could die, as it's not an ideal place for you to live, because she thought you are a weakling who deserve to die like the waste of space you are, said Naruto with anger in his voice, to which Gumi nodded as tears started to come down her face. Naruto then turned to Bergmite and said, "Your trainer made you fight a wild Gible. Even though you are an ice type, you still lose to that Gible, as it's clearly very strong. So your trainer abandoned you after catching the Gible with the help of his other Pokemon for losing to a Pokemon who's against you have type advantage." Naruto is pissed. Not only the Pokemon he was searching was caught by another trainer, but also the said trainer as well as another one abandoned their Pokemon where they could die at any moment. Lucario is also pissed, as he also was abandoned by his previous trainer. Naruto then thought for a moment, as even though Gumi is considered to be the weakest dragon type, but its final from Gudra is a pseudo-legendary, as well as Bergmite evolved into Avalugg, which is a very strong ice-type Pokemon. He then turned to Lucario and has a slight conversation with him. After some time, both Naruto and Lucario nodded to each other and turned to the abandoned Pokemons. "Will you both want to come with me and be my Pokemon?" asked Naruto to both Pokemon, who looked at him skeptically. "Why would we believe you or a guardian? How can we know that you will not abandon us also?" asked Bergmite, to which Gumi nodded, but before Naruto answered, Lucario said to both Ice-type and Dragon-type Pokemon, "Don't worry, my friend and Master Naruto will not do such a thing, as he also saved me, as my previous trainer abandoned me and abused me, but he saved me, took me in, and trained me." "Well, you heard, Lucario, so don't worry, as I am a Pokemon researcher and Aura Guardian, and if I do such thing I can't call myself an Aura Guardian neither. I can call myself a Pokemon researcher, and I know how it feel to be abandoned as well," said Naruto to both of the Pokemon. He then explained his life in Elemental Nation to them, which shocked them very much. After hearing Naruto's explanation, they both agrees to join his team, as they finally found a trainer with whom they can become strong. After that, Naruto catch both of them, and both he and Lucario goes back to their campsite. As soon as they reach the campsite, Sumi asks in concern Naruto where he and Lucario went and is everything alright. Naruto then told Sumi that everything is alright and explained everything to her. As Naruto speaking to Sumi, he sensed an aura as someone is hiding in the bush. Naruto turned to the bush and said, "Come out, I know you are there." As soon as he said that, all of his Pokemon goes on high alert as sound of someone moving in the bush came. After some time, the person came out in the clearing. As soon as Naruto saw this person, he became shocked, as it's none other than Drasna of the Kalos Elite Four and a Dragon-type specialist. "Hello, Professor Naruto, it's nice to meet you," said Drasna to Naruto, to which he became even more shocked, but he answers, "Hello, Drasna-san, it's pleasure to meet one of the Kalos Elite Four." He then asked why she addressed him as Professor, as even though he is doing his field research, he is still training to be one, and he is even not a foolproof trainer yet. "Well, you may not know this, but all the research paper you wrote on Dragon-type as well as Mind Arts Trio is shown to all the gym leader, Elite Four and Champion who has any of those types or a specialist on those types by Professor Oak, and also Professor Sycamore declared as a youngest field researcher and a professor after the test you took 3 months ago," said Drasana to Naruto, who became shell-shocked at this. "I see. I didn't know that they gave me professor title," said Naruto to Drasna. "Drasna-san, not that I mind, but what are you doing here?" asked Naruto. "Oh, I was nearby, so I decided to walk through the mountain region instead of flying on my Noivern or Altaria and see if I can find any Dragon-type Pokemon," said Drasna, then continued, Even though I didn't find any dragon-type Pokémon, it's still worth it, as I get to meet such talented person like you as well as a legendary dragon-type Pokémon," said Drasna with cheerful tone. "So, Professor, how is your research on Mega Evolution coming along?" asked Drasna to Naruto, to which he replied with a sigh, "I didn't get much progress on it." "I see. Did you check the Shalar City? As I heard from the rumor that a Mega Lucario was seen there," asked Drasna to Naruto, who was surprised but composed himself in answer, "Thank you, Drasana-san, for telling me this, as I didn't know about this rumor, but I will check it out." After some time of talking to each other, Drasna left there to reach Kalo's League Tower on her Noivern, and Naruto moved towards Shalar City. Time skip a week. It's been a week. Naruto met Drasna and started his journey towards Shalar City, and finally he reached Shalar City. As he moving throughout the city, he find himself in front of Pokemon Center, so he decided to go in so Nurse Joy check his Pokemon if they are all right. As he go in, he saw Nurse Joy sitting on the counter and reading magazine. "Hello, Nurse Joy, could you check my Pokemon and see if they are all right?" asked Naruto to Nurse Joy, who looked up from the magazine and smiled and say, "Of course, young man, just put your Pokeballs on the tray." Naruto did just that and moved towards cafeteria to get some food as he is hungry. Now we see Naruto is eating a sandwich when he heard some trainers discussing how the gym leader's Lucario went through some temporary evolution which make it very strong. Naruto realized they are talking about Mega Evolution, so he decided to listen their conversation. After some time, Nurse Joy called him to the counter to collect his Pokeballs, so he left the cafeteria and goes to the counter to collect his Pokeballs. After collecting Pokeballs and thanking Nurse Joy, Naruto left the Pokemon Center and started to look for the Shalar City Gym, as there he will get to know more about Mega Evolution. After 45 minutes he managed to find the gym, but before he moved to the gym, one of his Pokeball open and Lucario come out and inform him he sense a strange aura coming from the island in the distance. As Naruto looked towards the island and used his aura to sense but didn't sense anything, so he decided to link his aura with Lucario's. As soon as he linked his aura with Lucario's, he sensed this strange aura, so he decided to check out the island, but before he could do anything, he heard an elderly voice from behind, so he turned and see an elderly man with thick eyebrow and light green eyes looking at him and his Lucario curiously. "Well, young man, who are you? And what are you doing here?" asked the old man to Naruto. "Hello, sir, my name is Naruto, and this is my partner Lucario. We came here to meet Shalar City Gym Leader and asked him about something, but we sensed some strange aura from that island, so we just gonna check it out," said Naruto politely to the old man, who looked in Naruto's eye to find any to sit, but found none, so he smiled. "Well, young Naruto, I am Gherkin, and I am the Shalar City Gym Leader. It's nice to meet you," said the old man, which surprised Naruto a little, but before he could say anything, Gherkin said, "Naruto, let's go to the gym there, you can ask me your query, and by the way, your Lucario look quite strong too." "Thank you, sir, I tried my best to train him, but it's Lucario's determination and hard work that made him strong, but I believe there is still room for improvement," said Naruto with a small smile as they walking towards the Tower of Mastery, to which Lucario thanked him. "Well said, my boy, very well said, but don't sell yourself short, cause if you didn't guide your Lucario properly, he will not be this strong," said Gherkin. After some time they reached the Tower of Mastery, which is also the Shalar City Gym. As soon as they entered the gym, they were greeted by a blonde girl with green eyes who is same age as Naruto and has a Riolu with her. Naruto, meet my granddaughter Korona, and Korona, this is Naruto, a Pokemon trainer," said Gherkin to both Naruto and Korona as he introduced them to each other. "Nice to meet you, Korona, I am Naruto," said Naruto to Korona, who smiled and replied, "Nice to meet you too, Naruto." "Well, young man, now you can ask me your query," said Gherkin to Naruto as they sat on the couch. "Well, Gherkin-san, I am helping Professor Sycamore with research on Mega Evolution, and I heard from Drasna-san that here in Shalar City a Mega Lucario is sighted, so can you tell me if you know anything about it?" said Naruto to Gherkin, who was surprised a bit but composed himself. "Sure, my boy, I will tell you about it, as I can see that Professor Sycamore trying to find about Mega Evolution, and it's high time that other trainer get to know about it as well," said Gherkin and started to explain about Mega Evolution to Naruto, who listened all the information intently. "Gherkin-san, how about the island? Did you know anything about it?" asked Naruto. "Yes, my boy, that island is called Mega Island, as their many Mega Stone are said to be present, and the Pokemon who can Mega Evolve are said to be seen on that island," said Gherkin. "Interesting, an island where Mega Stone can be found, huh?" said Naruto to himself. Then he turned to Gherkin and asked if he can visit the island and see if he can find any Mega Stone for research, to which Gherkin was thoughtful for a moment but agreed in one condition. The condition is that Naruto and his Lucario have to battle Gurken and his Lucario, to which Naruto agreed as they moved to the battlefield. Konoha is also with them acting as a referee. This is a one-on-one battle between Naruto of Pallet Town and Gurken the Shaller City gym leader, now both trainer call you Pokémon, said Konoha. Lucario, let's battle, said Naruto as he called out his Lucario. Lucario, I chose you, said Gurken as he also called his Lucario. As soon as Gurken Lucario came out his Pokeball, Naruto see that there is a strange stone in Lucario's bracelet like one Gurken has on his gloves, so Naruto asks, Gurken-san, is that a mega stone on Lucario's and yours hand? Well, my boy, on my glove is a keystone with which we can trigger Mega Evolution, and on Lucario's arm is a Lucarionite which helped Lucario to Mega Evolve, said Gurken, to which Naruto became surprised but shook it off and focuses on the battle. Is both trainer ready? Konoha asked, to which both Naruto and Gurken nodded. Well then, begin, said Konoha. Lucario, use Bone Rush, said Gurken. You as well, Lucario, said Naruto as both Lucario clash with each other. Lucario formation 1B, said Naruto, which confuses Gurken, but he wait and see what Naruto had planned. Naruto's Lucario use a combination of Double Team, Extreme Speed and Aura Sphere. Seeing the combo, Gurken became shocked but composed himself and asked his Lucario to use Bone Rush and deflect all the Aura Sphere. Now Lucario use Exterior Speed to close the distance and use Close Combat, said Gurken to his Lucario. Lucario use Flaming Lighting Fist, said Naruto to his Lucario as to counter Gurken Lucario. Gurken again shocked with Naruto's strategy as Naruto's Lucario use a combination of Fire and Thunder Punch as well as Blaze Kick and what looked like electric version of Blaze Kick in close combat. It deal heavy damage to Gurken's Lucario. On the sideline, Karina was shocked that her grandfather is losing to Naruto. Well, Naruto, you surely have some interesting strategy and move, praised Gurken, to which Naruto thanked the man, but Gurken said, well, Naruto, I am impressed, but let's see how you respond against Mega Lucario, and Mega Evolve his Lucario. As the battle progressed, Gurken saw Naruto's Lucario, even though take damage, still keep up with his Mega Lucario and battle him on almost equal footing. It impressed Gurken that this boy managed to train his Lucario to the level where he can go toe-to-toe with his Mega Lucario. After some time, battle ended as Gurken and his Lucario win barely. Well, Naruto, I am impressed, said Gurken, and turned to his granddaughter and said, see that, Karina, this is how a real trainer battles. Who nodded and determined to become as strong if not stronger than Naruto. Gurken then give Naruto a Mega Glove, and as soon as Naruto wear it, he and Lucario started to sense aura of Lucarionite from Mega Island, which impressed Gurken. Well, Naruto, I see that you and Lucario can sense Lucarionite, but as it late today, let's go tomorrow to find the Lucarionite to the Mega Island, said Gurken, to which Naruto agrees. Next day, Gurken, Naruto, and Konoha goes to the Mega Island by boat as Naruto see many Gyarados is swimming alongside them. Naruto at first wanna catch one but decided against it. After some time, they reached the island and started to move towards the Lucarionite as Lucario can sense its aura. Naruto also decided he would catch some Pokemon on the Mega Island after getting Lucarionite, and also will search for other Mega Stones so he can study the Mega Evolution properly. As Naruto started to move, he didn't know that he will about to bought a revolution on Pokemon World, as his goal to find all type of Mega Stone and the Pokemon which can Mega Evolve with that stone will not only help him towards his journey as an Aura Guardian and a champion in the future, but also help other trainer as well. Chapter 6. Chapter 6, Reunion of Brothers. It's been 2 years Naruto start his journey as Pokemon trainer. In his journey, Naruto met and became friends with various trainer and acquire some girlfriend as well. Now we see Naruto is walking through the New Bark Town towards Professor Elm Lab to meet with him and give him the data on newly found Eevee evolutions, but what he didn't know that he will met his surrogate little brother Ash. Now we see Ash, Brock and Misty is taking rest in the forest on their campsite. While taking rest, both Brock and Misty saw Ash in deep thought, so they decided to ask him what he is thinking. Ash, what the matter? You are awfully quiet. Said Misty. Oh, I am sorry for worrying you guys, but don't worry, it's nothing important, replied Ash. Ash, we are your friends, you can tell us if something bothering you, maybe we can help, said Brock. Sigh, it's just that I missed my older brother and it's been 4 months we didn't hear from him, said Ash to his friends, who were surprised that Ash had an older sibling. I see, but why didn't you tell us that you have an older sibling, said Brock. Well, Brock, he isn't my sibling, but you can say surrogate older brother, and you might also know him as he had compete you in gym battle, said Ash. Really, can you tell me his name? Said Brock. Sure, his name is Naruto, replied Ash, which scoped Brock as he remembered how Naruto defeated him with only one Pokémon. What you mean your surrogate older brother is Naruto, who is a champion-level trainer in his own right? Exclaimed Brock as Misty became shocked hearing this. Yeah, the very same one, though if you don't know he is a well-known Pokémon researcher as well, said Ash, which shocked both Misty and Brock as well as Pikachu as well. Wow, Ash, I didn't know your brother was this cool. I would love to meet him in person, said Misty, to which Pikachu and Brock agrees. Yeah, I can't wait to meet him again, we can learn so much from him as well, said Brock. Yeah, I know, but what I really want is to see what new Pokémon he catch in other regions, said an excited Ash. Ash, can you tell us about some Pokémon that Naruto catch in other regions? Asked Misty. Sure, you see, he didn't start his journey in Kanto, but in Kalos, though he caught his first Pokémon here in Johto, said Ash, which surprised his friends. Really, so which Pokémon he caught as his starter Pokémon? Asked Misty. Well, his starter Pokémon, not really a typical starter, but a legendary Pokémon mainly from Hoenn region. But here in Johto at Altomir, the same Hoenn Dragon/Psychus type Ian duo was present, said Ash to his friends, who are shocked at the revelation that someone catch a legendary Pokémon as his starter. Wait, you mean to say that Hoenn region's legendary Pokémon is here in Johto? Asked a shocked Misty. Well, correction was here, and it really didn't much of a surprise as Naruto saw Moltres and Zapdos, who are the Kanto legendary to Kalos, said Ash nonchalantly. Wait, Ash, you say Hoenn legendary was here, and before that you say it was Ian duo, so did Naruto catch them both, and what are this Pokemon? Asked Brock. Sai, you see, when he visit here Altomir was attacked, and Latios, the male of the Ian duo, sacrificed himself to save Altomir, and Anison caught Latias, the female of the Ian duo, since he became friend with both of them. Explained Ash, then looked down and said, I hope he and Sumi is all right. Sumi, who is that? Asked Misty. Anison name his Latias as Sumi, replied Ash, to which Misty, Brock, and Pikachu nodded their head. Well, Ash, please tell us about some of the Pokemon that your Anison caught in other regions, said an excited Brock, as he want to know about Pokemon that can be found in other region. Well, in Kalos he caught a Greninja, the final evolution of Kalos water starter, a Hawlucha, a flying and fighting type, an Avalugg, an ice type, a Gudra, a dragon type, a Noivern, which was given to him by Drasna Kalos Elite Four, and a dragon-type specialist as an egg. Other than that, a Galade, a physic and fighting type of Hoenn, as well I think an Aegislash, a ghost and steel type, and also a Heliolisk, an electric type, said Ash to his friends, who are amazed at how different type of Pokemon is present in Kalos region. As they are talking, they see a Totodile dancing at the lake shore, so both Ash and Misty decided to catch the Totodile, and Ash bring out a normal Pokeball, whereas Misty brought out her lure ball. Ash was confused at first that why would Misty brought out her lure ball, but when Misty explained that lure ball is best to catch water-type Pokemon, Ash also brought out his lure ball as both Misty and Ash start their trial to catch Totodile. After some moment, Totodile is caught, but Ash and Misty started argument who really caught Totodile, and they decided to have a 3-on-3 battle to determine that who will kept Totodile. While this is going on, we see Naruto and Professor Elm discussing on the newly found Eevee evolution. Fascinating to think that Eevee can evolve into a grass type as well as ice type and fairy type as well, said Professor Elm in excitement. Naruto, not that I am complaining, but I was wondering, you can send these data from anywhere, but why did you decided to visit me? Said a curious Professor Elm. Well, can't I visit my colleague and friend? Said Naruto, to which Professor Elm frantically replied. It's not that of course you can visit me, but I am just wondering why you visit me instead, only send the data as you are going to start your journey in Hoenn region. It's okay, Professor Elm, I wanted to visit you as well as I want to visit my surrogate lil bro Ash as he start his journey here in Johto, said Naruto. Ah, I see, so you wanted to meet Ash, huh, but it will going to be hard to track him if he is in Frost, said Elm. Don't worry about that, you issued his Pokédex right and has its information right? Asked Naruto. Well, yes, I have his information, but Professor Oak give him the Pokédex, said Professor Elm, as he was wondering why Naruto would ask about Ash's Pokédex or his information. Excellent, it's sold be enough to track him? Exclaimed Naruto as he brought out his laptop and connected it with Lab's main computer and asked Professor Elm to grant him access, which he did, and Naruto started to track Ash's Pokédex. After 40 minutes of tracking, Naruto found Ash's location and connected it with his research Pokédex for further tracking. While Naruto tracking Ash's location, Professor Elm was seeing at the process curiously and shocked that how Naruto track Ash's Pokédex so quickly. "Well, Professor Elm, thanks for your time. I should get going and catch up to the brat. See you later," said Naruto as he used Shunshin to leave the lab. As Naruto is outside of the lab, he brings out a Pokeball and call out his Salamence, which he caught at Mega Island in Kalos, but before he could move to greet his Dragon-type pseudo-legendary, another of his Pokeball, which is a Luxury Ball, open and came out a beautiful shiny Ralts. Naruto kneeled down to the baby Pokemon and asked, "Hoenn, how is your sleep?" With a small smile, to which the baby Pokemon replied, "It's good," and hug her trainer/father. Naruto pick up Ralts and move to greet Salamence, who licked Naruto and start to nuzzle into him while wagging his tail. "Hey girl, how are you feeling?" asked Naruto to his Salamence, to which the she-dragon nodded in affirmation. "Good, but I need to catch my lil bro, so can you give me a ride?" asked Naruto, to which Salamence agrees, and Naruto climb on her back along with Ralts, who held on to his left shoulder. After climbing, Naruto asked his Salamence to take flight, to which the she-dragon complied and take to air and started to move very fast. "Salamence, let's Mega Evolve, it will make your speed faster," said Naruto, to which Salamence agreed, so Naruto Mega evolved his Salamence, who started to fly at high speed, which earned a squeal of happiness from Ralts as she enjoying the wind. Naruto looking at his physics/fairy-type Pokemon with small smile as he started to remember how he met the shy Ralts. Flashback. Naruto is moving through Petalburg Forest as he moving towards Rustboro City, where he will take a flight to Johto, when he suddenly hear the sound of crying, so he decided to investigate. As he reached the location, he saw something that made his blood boil in rage. He saw 10 Pokemon poacher cornering a Gardevoir who is protecting her baby, and they are mercilessly attacking her. The Gardevoir is severely injured, but she didn't budge and let those poacher take her daughter from her. It brought tears to Naruto's eyes to see a mother's love for her child. Naruto then intervened the poachers and beat them up very badly, like breaking their arms, legs, even cracking their skull. He decided to tie those bastard, as he already recall all their Pokemon to Pokeball. After tying the poachers, he immediately rushed to the Gardevoir and Ralts so he can brought them to Pokemon Center for treatment. As he approached them, he saw a hole in Gardevoir's stomach and blood is sipping out of it, but she still held Ralts protectively. "Hello Gardevoir, I am Naruto, an Aura Guardian, and I want to help you, so please let me help you, and brought you and Ralts to the Pokemon Center," said Naruto to Gardevoir, who was skeptical at first, but sensing Naruto's emotion relaxed as it only showed her that Naruto is concerned about her and her child. Next thing Gardevoir did confused Naruto as she give him her sleeping daughter, who started to wake up. "What are you doing, Gardevoir? You have to come with me so that Nurse Joy can heal you," said Naruto, to which Gardevoir shake her head and try to tell Naruto something, but she didn't know how to say it, as humans, even Aura Guardian, can't understand their language. Seeing the expression on Gardevoir's face, Naruto told her she can talk to him, as he can understand any Pokemon speech, which shocked Gardevoir, but also made her happy that she can normally talk to Naruto. In the meantime, Ralts woke up, and first she was confused at who Naruto is. Then when she looked at her mother, she became scared, as she thought that Naruto might have done this to her mother, and she will also going to suffer same fate, but hearing his conversation with her mother made her relieved that this person is actually wanting to help her and her mother. "Naruto, please take care of my daughter, as I know I will not survive, but please take care of her and train her to be strong, so that one day she became a beautiful and strong Gardevoir," said Gardevoir to Naruto, but then she noticed that her daughter woke up and looking at her in teary eyes. "Don't say that, Gardevoir, I will not let you die. Ralts needs you, so please let me help you," pleaded Naruto. "No, it's alright, I cow that I will not survive," said Gardevoir to Naruto. Then she looked at her daughter and said, "My precious daughter, from now on you will listen to Naruto, okay, as he will be your trainer," to which Ralts noted as tears started to come down from her eyes. "Naruto, I leave my daughter to your care, so please take care of her and make her strong," pleaded Gardevoir to her savior. With a heavy sigh, Naruto replied, "Don't worry, Gardevoir, I will take care of her, as she is my daughter, I promise." To which Gardevoir smiled a little, and with this she took her last breath. Naruto hugged Ralts, who is crying now in his chest as she just lost her mother, as Naruto also let some tears roll down her cheek, and he prayed slightly for the Pokemon mother that sacrificed herself for her child. It's been 30 minutes. Gardevoir died, as we see Naruto dug a grave and gave Gardevoir a pauper burial, and then he turned to his Pokemon daughter and picked her up, who immediately hugged him and fell asleep on his shoulder. He then brought out his salamence and explained everything to her, who snarl at the poachers as Naruto asked her to take him to Rustboro City, and he also brought out some rope so that he can drag these despicable creature all the way to Rustboro. Since then Naruto is taking care of Ralts as his daughter, and also Ralts started to see him as father and called as such. Present time, Naruto come out of his thought and started to track Ash with the help of his research decks and give salamence direction. Now we see Ash and Misty had their battle, to which Ash became victorious and gained the Totodile, and now they are moving towards his next destination, but as usual Team Rocket came to stole Pikachu and capture him. Ash, Misty and Brock started to chase Team Rocket, but before they could do anything a voice shouted Dragon Pulse as a purple flame which looked like a dragon hit the mechanical arm which held to the Pikachu and broke it. Ash commanded Pikachu to use Thunderbolt, which resulting Team Rocket to blown away, and Pikachu started to fall down towards the ground, but a blur saved him. As Ash and his friends what is that blur, they saw a large quadrupedal draconic Pokemon and someone on top of it. Always a reckless and idiot, aren't you, brat? Said a voice as Misty and Brock was wondering who it is, but Ash recognized the voice immediately and exclaimed happily, "And I sen you are back." As Ash said that, the Pokemon landed and they see it is Naruto who riding the Pokemon, and with him is Pickaxe and another Pokemon who they didn't recognize. Naruto dismounted his Mega Salamence as she came out of Mega Evolution, which shocked the Grather trio, and moved towards Ash as both Ralts and Pikachu are now on both of his shoulder. As soon as Naruto reached Ash, he planted his fist on Ash's head, to which Ash face planted on the ground as a bump from his head, and it's smoking. Ash get up while nursing the bump on his head, while the other two looking at the blonde with wide eye as Misty has a blush as how handsome he looked. "Why did you hit me, Aniki?" asked Ash to Naruto, to which he yelled, "You idiot, why did you blast those poachers away? I am going to send their SS to jail." To which Ash sheepishly rubbed the back of his head. "Seriously, Ash, when are you going to learn not to do something like that?" said Naruto as he rubbed his temple from the headache Ash caused. "Sorry, Aniki, you see Team Rocket always after Pikachu, so we always blast them away," said Ash sheepishly. "Sai, it's all right now. How are you and who are your friends?" asked Naruto to Ash as he looked at both Brock and Misty, and immediately recognized Brock but couldn't recognize Misty. "Well, and I sen you already know Brock, and the girl is Misty, Cerulean City gym leader," said Ash. "I see, well, nice to meet you, Misty, and Brock, it's nice to meet you again as well," said Naruto, to which both Misty and Brock greet him as well. "Naruto, how your Pokemon devolve?" asked Brock, to which Naruto laughed and said, "Brock, my Salamence came out of her Mega Evolved state," which intrigued both Misty and Brock and confused Ash, to which Naruto sighed. "Well, how about we camp somewhere so I can tell you more about it?" said Naruto, to which all of them agreed and started to look for a suitable place to camp, which they found after 20 minutes. After they camped, Naruto explained them about Mega Evolution, how it make the Pokemon stronger, and how some Pokemon changes its type or add an extra type when the Mega evolve. As Naruto was explaining, all of them listening intently, and they were amazed at Mega Evolution. "So any fully evolved Pokemon can Mega Evolve?" asked Misty, to which Naruto shook his head and answered, "No, not all Pokemon can Mega Evolve, only very small amount of Pokemon can Mega Evolve," and started to tell them about the Pokemon that can Mega Evolve, and also told them about some Pokemon whose secondary type changed in time of Mega Evolve, and the Pokemon who added an extra type when Mega Evolve. As Naruto finished his explanation, all of them are excited to catch at least a Pokemon who can Mega Evolve and find a Mega Stone and Keystone. Though Charizard have two different type of Mega Stone for different phenomenon, said Naruto, which piqued their interest as they asked Naruto about it, as Naruto explained how Charizard can Mega Evolve into Mega Charizard X and Y and what changes occur when Charizard Mega Evolve. After that they started to talk about Naruto's adventure and as well as Ash's as well, and what Pokemon they caught, as Naruto told Ash is an idiot as he didn't try to catch a Dartini or Dragonair or Magikarp when he visited Safari Zone, as well as told him to trade some of the tourists for other Pokemon like Rhydon or Nidoqueen, and advised to look for Larvitar, which will eventually evolve into pseudo-legendary Trionator. Now we see Naruto again call out his Salamence so that he can move to New Bark Town, where he will catch ship for Hoenn. "Well, it's good to see you guys, but I have to move so that by nightfall I reach New Bark Town, as tomorrow morning I will catch a ship to Hoenn, but before that," said Naruto as he opened his bag and give Ash, Brock and Misty one Pokeball each, to which they look at him in confusion. "It's a little gift from me for your journey," explained Naruto, seeing confused look but nodded. "And I san, what Pokemon did you give us?" asked Ash, to which Brock and Misty are curious, as well, but Naruto didn't answer them. Instead, he motioned them to call out the Pokémons, to which they shrug and call out the Pokémons. As the Pokeball opened, 3 Pokémon materialized, in which 2 are Draconic and last was a flying type. Ash, the Pokémon I give you is Axu, a dragon-type Pokémon found in Unova region. And as for Brock, the Pokémon I gave you is Trirn, a fossil Pokémon of Kalos. It is a dragon/rock dual-type Pokémon. And Misty, the Pokémon I gave you is Swanna, a water/flying type Pokémon of Unova. Said Naruto, to which all of them was shocked and happy to get some powerful Pokémon. Naruto, you say Tyrant is a fossil Pokémon which is very rare, so why did you giving me this? Asked Brock, to which Naruto replied, Brock, I already have 2 Tyrant Rum as which is evolved from of Tyrant, as I also has another reason. You see, Brock, I already study about Tyrant and Tyrant Rum, but I want a rock-type specialist Open Ion as well. That's why I gave you Tyrant, as I trust you most, so please report all the data to Professor Oak. I will collect the data from there. Naruto, I have a feeling that Swanna is fully evolved, so I want to ask you, why give me a fully evolved Pokemon? Asked Misty. So you see, Misty, Swanna was a ducklet which I am going to give to a water-type specialist to see how they became strong under a water-type specialist, but she evolved some time ago while training with my other Pokemon, so I teach her some flying-type move, and I know she can be big help to you, so take care of her, okay? Said Naruto with a smile, to which Misty nodded and smiled, happy to get a powerful as well as beautiful Pokemon like Swanna. Well, Ash, give me your Pokédex so I can upload the data of Axu and its evolution as well as Tyrant and its evolution, not to mention Ducklet and Swanna, so you have the necessary information that can help you train them. And a word of advice, Axu and Tyrant both are dragon type, so they can be stubborn, so you both have to train them, not baby them, and take it easy. If you do that, they will not listen to you. Said Naruto, to which all of them nodded, and Ash give Naruto his Pokédex. After 10 minutes, Naruto was finished uploading data and give the Pokédex back to Ash, who thanked him. After that, Naruto climbed on his salamence, said goodbye to the trio, and left them for New Bark Town. He is really cool, isn't he, guys? Asked Misty, to which both Ash and Brock agreed, as they were excited at what adventure waiting for them, as they knew the gift they get today will help them grow as a trainer, as well as their adventure thanks to their blonde friends who gave them these gifts. Chapter 7. Chapter 7, Realization and Regret. It's been 7 years Naruto left Konoha, and 6 years he left Elemental Nation altogether. In this time, those who are close to Naruto and care for him tried to find him, but they couldn't find him, but they didn't lost hope and look for him everywhere when they are on mission. Naruto's departure made his loved ones sad, and Makoto is affected most from it, but all of them didn't inform any of this to Minato and Kushina, and they see that they are so ignorant that they still didn't realize that Naruto is left the village. Anko, Kurenai, Hana, Yugao close themselves off and only hang out with each other, as well as with Itachi, Shursui, Izumi and Makoto, even though they had to go on mission with other shinobi. Though in a mission in land of Shursui came to learn that Naruto left the Elemental Nation for some new continent, which shocked him greatly. Also in this time, Itachi deduced that Ronin Wolfsprit is Naruto as well from the description on Bingo Book, as well as the picture on Bingo Book, since he knew from the swirling mark on the mask it is an Umbu mask of Yuzushio, as he listened story about Yuzushio in childhood from Kushina when she visited them. After learning about Naruto, Itachi and Shursui gather all of the people close to Naruto and told them what they learn, which make them shocked to the core. Makoto was proud of her surrogate son, but also worried about his well-being as her son left the Elemental Nation for a new continent, as well as sad that she wasn't by his side when he had his first kill. She only pray that her dear son is all right. After discussing what to do, they decide that in time they will fake their death and going to left the Elemental Nation for server, as Shursui learned that it was rather peaceful continent. They know it's risky as they didn't know in which direction the server region is, but they decide that they will follow their instinct, and also had a strong belief that they will reunite with their son/brother/friend again. Though this entire time Minato and Kushina was ignorant, their other 3 children are not so ignorant. Mito was first to notice that her beloved brother was missing, as she didn't see a glimpse of him, but she still didn't give it much thought as her older brother practically a ghost to their family. Soon both Menma and Natsumi also noticed it too, but like Mito, they also didn't give much thought of it, though Menma is pleased that his weak older brother left, as he thought that he will only bring shame to their father and mother. In this 7 years, the triplet grown stronger than most of their peer, but they were nowhere near the level of Naruto's strength, as they are high Genin to low Chunin level, while Naruto was already mid to high Jonin level before he left Konoha and already S-rank shinobi before he left Elemental Nation. Naruto was a rank before meeting Zabuza, and with the training of Zabuza, he became S-rank with Flea on sight order from Sound and Grass Country. The triplet noticed Naruto missing after 2 years. He left the village, and after 1 more year both Mito and Natsumi tried to find their older brother on whom both had a crush so they can apologize to him for what they did to him. At first both Mito and Natsumi thought that Naruto was just being himself and didn't thought about it much, but soon they realized something is wrong. They thought of to go many times in Naruto's room, but they were scared of Naruto's reaction, so they decide they will talk to him in academy, which they thought as Naruto is older than them by 1 year. He must been in upper class but couldn't find him. They also tried to talk with their parents about it, but every time either their parents were busy with work or they are busy with their training. If both their parents and them are free, Menma will always distract all of them, and the topic was dropped even before they utter a word to their parents, which latter annoy both sisters. Because of that, both sisters slowly started to avoid Menma as much as possible. Both of the sister are either train or look for their older brother. While looking for their older brother, they learn how some of the villagers call him disgrace of their family, where some didn't even know that they has an older brother, which in turn infuriated them both. Also the feeling of guilt skyrocketed as well, and they decide that they will find their older brother at any cost. They knew he might hate them, but they are determined to find their older brother and earn his forgiveness and be a family again that they are supposed to be. Now we see in the Uzumaki compound Kushina was cleaning the living room while thinking how her 3 children grow, though she was sad that none of her children have talent or patience to learn Fuinjutsu. Though among the 3, Mito shown slight interest in the art, but it's very difficult for her to understand the complex art, and she didn't progress much, while other 2 didn't even understand any theory. Kushina also didn't know why, but she always feel that some very important part of her is missing. She talked with her husband about it and surprised to learn he felt it too, but don't know why, so they decide to ignore it, but the feeling didn't go away. After cleaning, she washed her hand and brought out 3 albums and started to go through them, as in these albums they captured every precious moment both she and her husband have with the triplet. Now we see Minato in his office doing the paperwork and cursing as it didn't end at all. After some time, Minato put down his pen and rotate his chair slightly so he can see the village from his office window. As Minato looking at his village through the window, he see the villagers, civilian and shinobi alike, are going to their business or mission or chatting happily, which made him happy as how peaceful and happy all the villagers are. Then his attention goes to a civilian family who are enjoying their time at park, which make him smile as it also remind him how his family is so happy and how they grow together. Though Minato frowned as he remember how both he and Kushina sometimes feels that they lost something that is very precious to them but couldn't think of any. He also noticed that both of his baby girl are somewhat avoid their brother. At first he thought it's some silly fight between siblings and they will come around, but he was wrong as both of them try to keep themselves away from Menma as much as possible. "Well, I am going to talk to them tonight and see what is the problem," said Minato as he goes back to his paperwork, so he can finish it as soon as possible and go home to his family. In this time both Satsuki and Hinata also regretted their action, as both of them has a crush on Naruto. They hate themselves for what they did to him and wanted to apologize but afraid how he will react. They also helped their friend Mito and Natsumi to find Naruto, though at first it wasn't easy for them to work with each other as they started to argue at who don't deserve Naruto's forgiveness, but soon they realize that all of them are equally made his life a living hell with their brother and other friends, so they come to an understanding and started to work together but didn't have any success. Now let's go back to Kushina, as we can see Kushina is already finished going through the album, and now she is in front of the shelves putting the albums in its place when her eyes goes to a relatively thin album covered in dust. Curious about what that album contains, Kushina brought it out and cleaned it. Then she saw the name on the album and froze as she remembered her eldest, who both she and her husband neglected and forgotten, and also she understood what that horrible feeling is meant as she started to tear up and thought how she failed as a mother. Kushina then sat down on the couch and opened the album. At it showed a newborn Naruto sleeping on her arm. As she started to look through the album, it made her guilt skyrocketed. After some page the album ended, to which she feel dread as she frantically started to go through the album, but soon realized that after Naruto turned 1 year there isn't any picture of him, so she started to go through other album as well to find any picture of Naruto, which she found but not many, and soon that also end, but she didn't stop, and soon she found final picture of Naruto in family album where her husband and the triplet all smiling at the camera, but in the corner on the stairs is Naruto glaring at them. After that she closed the album and started to cry as she remembered how happy she was when Naruto was born, as well as how he tried to help her when she was pregnant with triplet, even though he was a toddler. Then she remembered when Naruto spoke his first word, and it was Ka-chan, which made her very happy, and how her husband sulked that Naruto's first word isn't Oto-chan. It made her realize that she completely messed up because she listened to Jiraiya's prophecy crap, but soon she wiped her tears and made a decision that she will make everything right. She will going to bring her baby boy back so that they can be a full family again. I have to make everything right, but how? Thought Kushina, but soon she realized that they didn't train him in anything, so she decided that she will talk to her husband and start training him in family technique and anything he might like, as he is the clan heir. But soon she realized that they even took his birthright and give it to his siblings, and again she felt an overwhelming guilt and started to cry again. Time skipped dinner time. It's been long day for the Uzumaki Namikaze family, and now they are all at the dinner table having dinner, though Kushina didn't touch her food, and she just staring at the main door as if she is waiting for someone. Minato, seeing this, became concerned and forgot about what he wanted to say to his daughters and asked his wife, "What's wrong, Kushi-chan? Why did you keep staring at the door? Is someone supposed to come and join us in dinner?" As soon as Minato said that, Kushina looked at him in disbelief, which confused Minato and the triplet, but after some time the triplet understand why their mother acted this way. Mito and Natsumi thanking any deity above as they can finally tell their parents, as their mother finally realized, and Menma can't distract them with his talk either. Now we see Kushina still staring at her husband in disbelief, but she soon remembered that Minato still might not remember their eldest child, so she steeled her nerve so that she can discuss about her eldest child to rest of her family. "Nothing, Minato, it's just that I am waiting for Naruto, so we can all have our dinner together," said Kushina, which confused Minato as to who Naruto is, but soon he remembered his eldest, who he neglected for 12 years, as he felt a well-deserved guilt. "What did I do? Pokédex," said Naruto, to which Professor Birch nodded in understanding, but Mei is confused about it. Seeing Mei's confusion, Professor Birch said, "Mei, Naruto is a renowned professor like me as well as a breeder and trainer." To which Mei became shocked as how someone of her age is a renowned Pokémon researcher. "That's so cool, Naruto," exclaimed Mei, to which Naruto chuckled and thanked her, making her blushed. "Okay, Mei, these are the Pokémon you can choose from," said Professor Birch as he released Hoenn starter Pokémon for Mei to choose. After not liking Treko's attitude, Mei moved to Mudkip, but don't choose it as it soaked her. At last she chose Torchic. "Well, Mei, here your Pokeball and Pokédex, and now you are good to go," said Professor Birch, then continued, "Mei, you doesn't know much about Pokémon, right?" To which Mei turned towards him and asked, "Is it that obvious?" To which Professor Birch replied, "Not really, your dad told me about it." Then continued, "You can travel with Naruto, and as Naruto is a Pokémon researcher, as well as a trainer, you can learn from him." To which Naruto nodded his head in affirmation. "That would be great. I hope it's all right with you, Naruto," said Mei with excitement that she can travel with her crush and get to know him better, to which Naruto replied that it's all right, and after that the duo left the lab and started their journey towards Petalburg town. As they are walking in forest, Mei asked about what Naruto research about, so Naruto tell her about his research, much to her awe and admiration. Sometime later a small mouse Pokemon came into view, so Mei asked what Pokemon is that, to which Naruto told her to scan it with her Pokédex. As she did it, gave her the information about Azurill. Azurill is a round, blue mouse Pokemon. It has circular ears with pink insides. There are 2 white dots on its cheeks, and it has black eyes. Its thin, black, zigzagging tail has a large blue ball at the end about the same size as its body. The ball is bouncy and packed with the nutrients it needs to be able to grow. The ball can also be used as a flotation device. Can be seen bouncing and playing on this rubbery tail. The tail can also be spun around like a lasso. When the tail is thrown, the body can go as far as 33 feet, 10 meters. Though Azurill is typically docile, it swings the big ball on its tail to smash into opponents bigger than itself when angered. It lives at the water's edge, where they gather to splash around for fun on sunny days. "It's so cute. I want it," said Mei, to which Naruto replied, "Well, what are you waiting for? Catch it." To which Mei nodded and prepared to throw Pokeball at Azurill, which Naruto noticed. "Wait, Mei, that's not how you..." Before Naruto finished his speaking, Mei already throw it to Azurill, who turned into red light beam and sucked into Pokeball, and the Pokeball stared to move as Azurill trying to get free, but Mei thought she already caught it and started to celebrate, which come to stop as Azurill finally get itself out of the Pokeball. "Hey, how come Azurill is out of its Pokeball? I caught it already," said a confused Mei. "Sigh, Mei, you can't catch Pokemon like that, you have to fight it, so it is weekend and then throw the Pokeball to caught it," replied Naruto, to which Mei say, "Right, I know, let's battle Torchic," and brought out Torchic's Pokeball. Naruto sweat dropped at her antics but didn't say anything and wait to see how Mei battle the Azurill. May called out Torchic, who started to rub itself on May's leg but stopped when May told it to fight Azurill, and Torchic charged at Azurill but it dodged. May, you have to give Torchic command of its move, and before you ask how you will know, use your Pokédex and scan Torchic, and it will show the moves Torchic know and give her command of it. Said Naruto, to which May nod her head and scanned Torchic, and it showed Torcus, Nos, Amber, Peck and Tackle. Alright Torchic, use Tackle. Commanded May to Torchic, who charged in for Tackle but Azurill dodged. May gave her second command, which is Amber, which didn't do any damage on Azurill, which confuses May. Seeing May's confusion, Naruto informed her that fire-type move will not do much damage against a water-type, to which May nodded and thanked her crush, but before she gave her next command they see Azurill started to move away from them and Torchic is chasing it, so both Naruto and May started to chasing after them, but when they reached to the Pokémons they saw Azurill, Marill and Azumarill use Water Gun against Torchic, which hit her and knock her out. Naruto was about to bring out his Ampharos but stopped when a Pokeball opened and came out Ralts, who used Psychic on the trio of Water-type Pokémon. When Naruto saw what the baby Pokémon did, he became shocked that Ralts can use Psychic but quickly get over it and congratulated Ralts, who became happy that her father praised her. After that, Naruto, seeing May's downcast look as well as her worry for Torchic, told May not to worry, that in Oldale Town Pokémon Center Nurse Joy will heal Torchic, which make her feel better, as she also blushed as Naruto is rather close to her as he is comforting her. After some time she regained her composure and they started to move towards Oldale Town. After few hours of traveling they reach Oldale Ruin. Why is the structure broken like that? Asked May, to which Naruto replied her about Oldale Ruin. As he explaining her about Oldale Ruin, they saw a man with brown hair and black eye came towards them. Hello, my name is Professor Alden, how can I help you too? Said Professor Alden to both Naruto and May. Nice to meet to you, Professor Alden. I am Professor Naruto and this is my friend May. Naruto introduced himself and May, which shocked Alden that he get to meet the prodigy that became a full-fledged Pokemon professor at the age of 9. What a pleasant surprise that I get to meet the prodigy of the Pokemon field, said Professor Alden, to which Naruto chuckled and thanked the professor. Well, it's nice meeting you, but we have to go to Pokemon Center, so see you later, Professor Alden, said Naruto as both he and May left for Pokemon Center. Reaching Pokemon Center, both May and Naruto give their Pokemon to Nurse Joy for checkup, and they go to the lobby and started to talk with other trainer. After some time they go to cafeteria and get their dinner and stated to converse among themselves when they hear someone calling them, so they looked aside to see Professor Alden, who joined them, and together they started to converse about Oldale Ruin. After having dinner they continued their conversation in Professor Alden's room, when suddenly power of Pokemon Center was cut off. When they go see what caused the power cutoff, they came face to face with Team Magma Grunts, who came for Professor Alden. Naruto beat them up with the help of his Salamence and Ampharos. After that, they turned on the generator. After that, they started to move towards the ruin to catch other Magma Grunt, but when they reached the ruins they saw that other Grunt already left. They also checked the ruins. To their surprise, they found all the 4 key to the ruin is already set on the door, and after some time when the sun rise, the pattern on the wall started to glow and the door opened. All of them go down and see a small lake of fresh water, which shocked them, but what shocked them most when they saw the ancient Pokemon Reliketh. After some time they reach the Pokemon Center and call Officer Jenny and hand over the captured Magma Grunt. After that both May and Naruto move towards Petalburg City and reach May's home Petalburg Gym and knock the door open by a boy with black hair who has glass on. Hello May, what took you so long? Asked the boy, and before she can answer his question he asked again. Well, who is this May? Hello Max, he is a friend of mine, his name is Naruto, we meet at Professor Birch Lab, answered May. In the meantime a man with black hair who looked like older version of Max and a woman who looked like older version of May came out. May, seeing their parents, introduced them and her brother Max to Naruto, who politely greet them back. After the introduction all of them are in the living room of the house sitting as May sit beside Naruto and blushed lightly and started to sneak glosses at him sometime, which didn't go unnoticed by other in the room, but they didn't say anything. As they started conversing, Norman asked May about her bike, to which she remembered that she left it at Professor Birch's lab, and said her parents that, to which they nodded and said it's alright, they will get it later from the lab. Well May, what Pokemon do you choose? Asked Max, to which May call out Torchic, much to Max's disappointment. Why did you choose that? If I am in place of you I would choose a Trico, said Max, making Torchic angry, who started to peck on Max's head, causing the boy to cry in pain. Torchic is fine choice, and if you get a Blazikenite you can have a Mega Blaziken when it fully evolved, said Norman, to which Carolina agreed and said, also it's very cute, causing Naruto to chuckle at their antics. Norman then turned to Naruto and asked him, well, Naruto, thank you for making sure Mei is safe, but what's your plan now? Are you going to enter in Hoenn League? Yes, Norman, I am going to enter Hoenn League, and if Mei wanted to come with me, then I will teach her about Pokémon more as Professor Birch requested me, said Naruto, to which Norman nodded his head, and Mei blushed again at the thought of traveling together with her crush, and exclaimed in excitement that Naruto is a Pokémon researcher, as well before anyone say anything, which shocked the other occupants of the room. Oh my, you are a Pokémon researcher in such young age as well, what a pleasant surprise, exclaimed Caroline. You are a Pokémon researcher, so cool, said Max, to which Naruto chuckled. Well, Naruto, it's a pleasant surprise indeed, so you are like in some field research to gain experience, right? Asked Norman, to which Naruto shook his head and replied, no, Norman, I am a full-fledged Pokémon researcher, as well as one of the leading researcher on Mega Evolution, which shocked Norman, but he soon recalled that he heard of a young researcher who researched on Mind Arts Trio and Dragon type, and soon he realized that in front of him is the young prodigy who make many breakthrough in Pokémon research. Max has also recognized Naruto as he's seen him compete in Indigo League as well as Johto League Silver Conference, both of which he won, so soon he exclaimed that in excitement, also said how awesome trainer Naruto is, but he said he is just an ordinary trainer, and there are many trainer who are stronger than him, to which both Norman and Caroline smiled that Naruto is so humble and didn't brag about his achievement. They knew that their daughter is in right hands, that with Naruto's help she will become a strong trainer. After that, Caroline invited Naruto for dinner, which he happily accepted and thanked the woman. In the meantime, Norman asked Naruto about Mega Evolution, which he happily explained to him. Also, Max joined the conversation as well as Mei. Soon the time for dinner came, so all of them have their dinner. As they are eating the food, Norman, Caroline and Max saw Mei taking a sneaking glance at Naruto and blushing. After dinner, Naruto teached Mei about Pokemon types, what types has advantage against what type, and other lesson about Pokemon basics, in which Max also joined them. After some time they call it a day and goes to bed, as next day both Naruto and Mei is going to leave on their journey. Next day, now we see both Naruto and Mei are standing outside Mei's house ready to leave their journey, but suddenly Max came out with a bag, which confuses Mei, so she asked why Max have a bag with him, to which Max replied, well, Mei, you didn't know much about Pokemon, so you will need my help, and also I can a lot from Naruto as well. Norman nodded with his son reasoning and asked Naruto, I hope it will not be a big problem if Max tag along with both of you? To which Naruto shook his head and replied, it's not a problem at all. Norman then give Naruto and Mei badge case and Max a Pokenav, to which all of them thanked the gym leader. Caroline then said, good luck all of you, and Naruto, please take care of my daughter and son. To which Naruto replied that he would take care of them, and the trio left for their journey. Caroline then said to Norman, you know, Norman, I have a feeling that by the end of their journey Mei and Naruto will be couple, as I can clearly see that Mei already has a crush on him. Norman nodded and said, yeah, I know that, and I also know that no one other than Naruto will be better for my daughter, but if he break her heart, I will kill him. To which Caroline chuckled, as both of them saw the trio is already out of the sight. What they don't know is that how right they are, and one day their daughter will be one of the women that will help to brought back the Aura Guardians. Chapter 9. Chapter 9, Aftermath of the Revelation. In the Hokage office of Konoha, the fastest man in the whole elemental nation, Minato Namikaze, also known as Yellow Flash, is seen completing the paperwork while cursing up a storm and grumbling that the damn paperwork is not ending at all. This scene is going on for few hours, much to the amusement of the hidden Umbu guard in the Hokage office. They are amused that how their leader, who always calm, is grumbling about the paperwork, though they can sympathize with the man as there is a huge stack of paper on his desk. For next 2 hours, Minato continued his paperwork and grumble at the same time, as he has to read all the paper thoroughly before signing them, as he didn't want make same mistake that he made in past, and took his eldest son's advice to heart. Minato then put down his pen and looked sadly towards the photo of his eldest son Naruto that he put on his desk after he and his family found out Naruto left the village. Minato then started to remember their life after the revelation of Naruto's departure. Flashback. Minato and his wife Kushina, and their 2 daughters Mito and Natsumi, are in the room of Naruto, their eldest son, who they neglected. They are in Naruto's room because they finally remember their eldest and wanted to apologize for the neglect and wanted to train him so that they can reconnect with their son. Their daughters also there with them so they can apologize to their dear older brother, and help him with his training as compensation, but soon all their efforts to reconnect with their son/brother became fruitless as they found a letter that their son/brother left and read the letter. After Minato finishes reading the letter from his eldest son, he stood up and hugged his wife and daughter to console them as they are crying, while he make a clone who nodded his head and used Flying Thunder God to teleport itself to the archive to find the copy of documents that say that his son excommunicate himself from the clan, though he hoped that it was a lie, and there is no document that indicates that his eldest son excommunicate himself from the clan. After Kushina and his two daughters calmed down, he take them to their room and waited some time for them to fall asleep, and as soon as they fell asleep he used Flying Thunder God to teleport to his office and sit down on his chair while trying his best not to cry himself as he thought, "How can I forget about my eldest? It's been an hour and Minato is still waiting for his clone to bring the document from the archive, while still hoping that what Naruto wrote about excommunicating himself from the clan in his letter is a lie and his eldest just pranked them, but he has a feeling it's all true." About another hour later, the shadow clone came with a stack of documents that are submitted to the archive around same year's October 10th, when Naruto left the village, which he learned from the date Naruto wrote on the letter. Minato soon dispelled his shadow clone and started to go through the documents, and after 15 minutes, he find the document that Naruto filed for excommunication from the clan. After reading thoroughly the document and seeing that he himself signed the document and stamped it, Minato dropped the document on his desk and started crying as he now can clearly see that it's all true. His eldest son leave not only their clan but also the village, and it's his fault for listening to Jiraiya. Minato then started to remember why his son leave them and became disgusted towards himself as he remembered that he thought it's best for his eldest to train later, while he want him to become a sword and shield for his triplet, not only that he himself along with his wife took away his birthright and gave it to their daughters, while hoping that his eldest will understand and marry the girls they choose, including their daughters, with him so that they can rebuild both of their clan. They didn't ask his wishes and just want to use him as they like. He really thought that his eldest will understand why they doing this and happy for his siblings. Also they thought if they convinced to marry Naruto either with Mito or Natsumi or both, he will be happy, as in a way he will be in a leading position in clan because he will be husband to Mito and or Natsumi, who are in the clan head of the clan, so by all means he will also be like a clan head. As he remembering this, he himself became disgusted at the thought, as it is not only stupid but also degrading as well, because it means you disowned by the clan then again married to the clan head, so you can be a breeding stock and a slave for the said clan head. Minato then realized that why his eldest son left the village and excommunicate from both clan, as he can see that if he is in the same situation, he will do what his eldest son did to get away from the said situation. Minato then wiped his tears and called for his Umbu, and as soon as the Umbu appeared, he ordered the Umbu to assemble 2 squad and bring Jiraiya to the village, as he knew his sensei is the only person that has a chance of tracking down his eldest son, so that he can bring him back to the village. After getting the order, the said Umbu leave the Hokage office via body flicker, so he can complete his mission. After the Umbu left, Minato started to think what he can do so his eldest son can forgive them, and they became a family again, but the problem is he can't think about anything that will help him. He first thought about training him in clan jutsu but stopped and thought, is it really going to work? As if what Naruto wrote in the letter is true, then he is already a high jonin to low Kage level shinobi, as he and his wife is pale compared to him in Fuinjutsu, as they didn't even think about 3-dimensional ceiling art and battle Fuinjutsu, and his son invented those style himself without any help from him or his wife, which means he is a prodigy in the art of Fuinjutsu. He then thought he will call Shursui in the morning so he can get an idea of what his eldest is capable of. He then start to study the seals that Naruto left in his room as a proof that he is really a prodigy in sealing art. As Minato go through the seals, his attention goes to a specific seal and he started to study the seal. The seal is none other than anti-rape seal. Minato is quite surprised when he read the name of the seal and started to study it as to decode its mechanism, but it's very though for him because of the complexity of the seal. My god, how complex is this seal, and it's made by a 6-year-old. Thought Minato as he gave his full concentration in the seal and started to decode it. It's been 4 hours. Minato started to decode the anti-rape seal that Naruto made, and he finally finished the decoding the seal, and he is impressed that how his son make the seal, as there is a sensing seal that Naruto designed for sensing the intent of the male that is going to have intercourse with the female on whom the seal is placed, as if the male has a negative intent, then it doesn't matter if the female is willingly agree with the intercourse or the female unwilling in the process, which means the female is about to be raped. It will activate an attack and defense seal. The defense seal will create a veil of chakra in front of the womanhood, which will stop the assailant's manhood, and the attack seal will generate an electric pulse, which in turn will make the men sterile and shock the manhood of the assailant. Minato is really impressed as he thought that the seal is ingenious. Also, he saw it take a little chakra from the kunoichis to charge itself, so he decided he is going to introduce it to the Shinobi Council so they can see the seal, and he knew they will approve it for introducing to all the Shinobi Corps, as it will save many kunoichi from a fate worse than death. After that, Minato started to go through the other seals that Naruto created and left a copy for him to prove how he became strong without their help. Minato then remembered how Shisui reacted when he called the young man and asked him about Naruto. He clearly remembered the hearted in Shisui's eye as the young man tear through him for being a useless father, which he listened without a retort. After 30 minutes of ranting, Shisui calmed down a little and then told Minato that Naruto is a bigger prodigy than he and Itachi himself was. He also told Minato about all the training he did and how quickly Naruto learned any jutsu he or others taught Naruto. As Minato heard Naruto's accomplishment, he became proud of his son, but also sad that he or his wife didn't contribute any part in those accomplishments. Minato then started to remember the condition his family is in from that fateful day, as Kushina now spent majority of her time in their eldest son's room, where she cried and said how she is failure of a mother and asked forgiveness from her eldest son. She cried herself to sleep there as well. As for his daughters, they trained as hard as they could so one day they can bring their older brother back home. Other reason why they train so hard is to catch up with their older brother, who by this time no doubt AS rank shinobi. They also want their older brother to acknowledge their strength when they will meet him. He then thought about his other son Menma, and Saya's Menma is the biggest example of his failure, as the boy become quite arrogant and spoiled because of all the attention and training he got. He then thought about Jiraiya and Tsunade's reaction to the news, as Jiraiya doesn't really care that much and thought Naruto as an attention-seeking brat, but after a long beating that he got from both Kushina and Tsunade, he agreed to find Naruto and he left to do so. Tsunade became very depressed after hearing the news and left the village with his apprentice Suzune, as she said that she will not return to the village until her godson is found. In the Uzumaki clan compound, Kushina Uzumaki is currently in the room of her eldest son going through his son's work, as it's a daily occurrence where she will be in Naruto's room looking at the seals he made or his photo that she get from her ex-student Yugao after pestering the said woman for quite some time. As Kushina is looking through work of her son, she paused and started to remember how her best friend cut all ties with her and called her a blood traitor. Flashback. It's been 2 days. Uzumaki Namikaze's family found out about Naruto, and now matriarch of the Uzumaki Namikaze clan Kushina Uzumaki Namikaze can be seen walking towards Uchiha district to meet her best friend Mikoto Uchiha, who is the matriarch of the Uchiha clan, so she can learn more about her eldest son and also to say thank you, as said woman is the one who took care of her son when she and her husband neglected him. After 15 minutes, Kushina reached her best friend's house and knocked on the door. After a few minutes, the door opened to reveal Mikoto, who has opened the door, and as soon as she opened the door, she became angry to see who is in front of her. "Hello Miko-chan, it's been a while, how are you?" asked Kushina, making the Uchiha matriarch even more angry, as Kushina is a reason why her surrogate son left the village. "I am fine. What do you want, Kushina?" asked Mikoto in cold voice, making Kushina flinch at her best friend's tone. I came here to see you. Can't I come to see how my best friend is doing?" asked Kushina while scratching the back of her head nervously. "Oh, so you remember about me after 11 years? asked Mikoto in same cold voice while she also raised her eyebrow. You see," said Kushina while trying to find a suitable excuse which didn't go unnoticed by Mikoto. "Sai Kushina, what's the real reason you came to visit me?" asked Mikoto. I came here to ask you about Naruto," said Kushina as she looked down in shame. "Oh, so you finally remember about him after a decade?" asked Mikoto in cold voice, to which Kushina looked down in shame and nodded her head. "Please Miko-chan, tell me about my eldest. Please, I know you are close to him, so please tell me about him, so I can know about the son I foolishly neglected," pleaded Kushina to Mikoto, who still has a cold expression on her face. "Why should I help you? Why should I tell anything about Naruto to you?" asked Mikoto. "Please help me Miko-chan, I want to know about my son, so I can find him and apologize to him, also bring him back to our family, so please help me Miko-chan, please, you have to help me," pleaded Kushina. "No Kushina, I will not tell anything to you about my son Naruto, as you don't deserve to know about him after making him suffer so much," said Mikoto, and continued before Kushina could protest. "Yes, he is my son, not yours, as you aren't a mother to him anyways." Kushina, you always brag about Uzumaki clan creed as how to Uzumaki family is above all or how to an Uzumaki family is always first priority, and you yourself broke that creed and now came to me to know about Naruto so you can bring him back to village and for what reason you want it. Asked Makoto, then continued. Let me guess, you want Naruto back to use him as breeding stock and meat shield for your so-called child of prophecy, isn't that right, blood trader? Kushina broke down after hearing her best friend, whom she think of a sister in all but blood, called her blood traitor, like how her eldest son called her in his letter. After that, Kushina ran from there towards the Uzumaki compound, and after reaching the compound she goes to her room and continued to cry as she started to remember all of Makoto's harsh word, but what affected her the most is when she was called a blood traitor and the pain and sadness she felt was unbearable for her, so she tried to suicide in hope to end all the pain but failed as she was saved by her husband. After that she again tried to suicide, but this time Makoto herself saved her, and made her realize that she still has 3 more child to look after, and also apologize for being harsh towards her, as she can't forget the pain and sadness her surrogate son has gone through. Kushina then remembered that even though Makoto is somewhat open towards her, she still held a great deal of anger as well because the pain Kushina and her family caused Naruto. Kushina then remember how all of their friends react to the news as they all started to ignore them, also how they reacted when they learned their children's bullied Naruto, as all of them is very angry towards their children, and all of them punished their children as well, which make the children realize about their mistake, as they also determined to find Naruto to ask for forgiveness, though some of them are angry at Naruto like Menma, Sasuke, Kiba, as they are same as before wanting revenge against Naruto for the punishment they got. Kushina shook her head and looked towards the picture of Naruto and smiled while thinking, Naruto, please be careful out there, my son, and don't worry, I will find you and give you back your birth, right? Also ask for forgiveness. I hope you forgive your foolish mother, father and siblings so we can be a family again. I will not let you go once I find you, so please wait for me. Kushina then again started to look on the seals her eldest made, not knowing that it's already too late to apologize, and she already lost her eldest son who doesn't have any intention of coming back to her family. Chapter 10. Chapter 10, Training for Mauville Gym Battle. Naruto and his traveling companion May and Max are now in Mauville City, where in few days Naruto is going to face Watson, the Mauville City gym leader, for his 3rd badge, and be one step closer to his journey to the direction of Hoenn League. Throughout his journey of Hoenn region he became very close to both Max and May, as after a long time he is traveling with friends, like how he had his journey through Kalos with Konoha, who is also his girlfriend as well. In his short journey of Hoenn, Naruto noticed that May has a crush on him, but he didn't say anything to her and just waiting to see when May is going to confess to him, and another reason is that as he have to take more than one woman as his wife, he didn't want anyone who don't want this, because every woman deserved to be loved by a man whose love isn't dead into some other woman. This is the reason Naruto also waited for Konoha to confess to him, and when she confessed he told her about his situation and told her to rethink, but Konoha was okay with it, so he accepted her just like he accepted Sabrina and Claire, whom both are gym leader of Kanto and Johto region respectively. Naruto, so what are you going to do now? Asked May, to which Naruto answered, First I am going to check power plant here in Mauville City, so I can catch a electric type Pokemon. I see. I am also going with you, so if there is a Pokemon of my liking that can help me in contest I can catch it, said May, to which her brother Max nodded and said, I also want to see some electric type Pokemon. To which Naruto nodded his head and they head out for the power plant. After 10 minutes they reached the power plant, and when inside there they saw many electric type Pokemon like Magnemite, Voltorb. As soon as the Pokemon see them they prepare their attack, which didn't go unnoticed by Naruto, so to defuse the situation Naruto moved forward and said, Hello to all the electric type Pokemon that are living here in this power plant. Me and my friends come here so that we can bond with you all, and if possible to catch 1 or 2 of you to help us in our journey. Who are you, human, and why we believe in your words? Asked a Voltorb, to which Naruto answered, My name is Naruto, and I am an Aura Guardian, and before you ask, yes, I can understand what are you trying to say clearly. Shocking all the Pokemon as well as May and Max as well, because they didn't know Naruto is an Aura Guardian or what is Aura Guardian and what their duties are for that matter. After declaring he is an Aura Guardian, Naruto observed the expression and emotion of both the electric type Pokemon and his traveling companions, and see that while his traveling companion and friends as well as most of the Pokemon, but some of them are still not convinced and still hostile towards them, so to defuse any further conflict Naruto started to release his aura, which make all of the Pokemon as well as May and Max, but soon all of them relaxed when they feel Naruto's aura as Naruto's Aura is very calming and peaceful, and just Naruto expected all of them are calmed down. Soon one of Naruto's Pokeball opened and Curlia came out ready to face anyone who tried to threaten her father, and when she looked at all the electric type she prepared to launch a powerful physic attack. But before she launched her attack, she felt her father's hand on her head, and next moment, she heard her father telling her to not launch any attack on the electric-type Pokémons and everything is alright, which calmed her down. She then turned towards the electric type and saw that they are again tensed, but before the situation got any ugly, Naruto turned towards his daughter and said, "Hoenn, you don't have to be this cautious, but I am happy that you are up for any situation, but your act made this electric-type Pokémon again hostile, so apologize to them." To which Curlia just nodded her head and bowed in front of all the electric type and said, "Sorry for acting hostile, I thought you guys want to hurt my papa, that's why I act hostile towards you." Which shocked all the electric type. Soon one of the Magnemite come forward and asked Curlia why she called her trainer her father, to which Curlia explained to them how her mother was murdered by some Pokemon poachers that are after her because she is a shiny Pokemon. How Naruto defeat them all and send them to prison, and how her mother in her last breath gave her to Naruto and asked to train her and made her strong, and in answer Naruto told her mother he will raise her as his daughter and gave her parental love and care, which is why she consider him as his father and she love her father dearly. After Curlia's explanation, all of the Pokemon that are present there looked at the blonde in new light and said blonde just scoop up his daughter and hug her, much to the happiness of the psychic-type Pokemon. On the sideline, both May and Max looking at the scene with confused expression as they can't understand what Pokemon are saying, but they have a hunch about what the conversation is going on about, as in their short journey Naruto taught them to see and predict what a Pokemon trying to say, though it hard, but they still managed to learn a little how to understand what a Pokemon is saying, which is very exciting for both May and Max because with Naruto they every day learn new things. After some time all of them are settled down, so Naruto turned towards May and asked if any Pokemon amongst them she want to catch, but to May's disappointment she can't find any Pokemon that will help her in contest. Naruto then look amongst the Pokemon and see a Electrike is present amongst them, so he moved towards the Electrike, which got every other Pokemon's attention, including Curlia, who is sitting on her father's head. After reaching the Electrike, Naruto knelt in front of it and said, "Hello Electrike, I want to challenge the Malvile Gym, as well as in near future Hoenn League, as well, so I want you on my team." And continued, seeing the perplexed expression the Electrike had on his face. "Electrike, you have a great untapped potential. So will you let me catch you and help you achieve that potential, while in return you can help me in winning not only Malvile Gym Battle, but also other Gym Battle and Hoenn League?" To which Electrike replied he will, but to catch him Naruto have to battle him, which is fine by Naruto as he look upwards silently asking his daughter if she is ready for battle, to which Curlia nodded her head and jumped down in front of Naruto ready for her battle with Electrike, so that she can help her father to gain a new Pokemon, which is no doubt will be her new friends as well. As the match start, Electrike used Thunder Wave, to which Naruto told Curlia to use Psychic and send Thunder Wave back to Electrike, which is dodged by Electrike, who then charged at Curlia with Thunder Fang, which impressed Naruto, but he quickly composed himself and commanded Curlia to dodge Thunder Fang, then use Thunder Punch on Electrike, which is a success, and Naruto command Curlia to use Confusion before Electrike can recover, and it was a direct hit. Naruto's next command for Curlia is Draining Kiss, and Curlia executed it perfectly even before Electrike can recover from Confusion, and it knocked him out, so Naruto throw a Pokeball and catch Electrike. After that Naruto check on his daughter and congratulate her for good battle, which made her happy, and she climb on Naruto's shoulder, and Naruto, May and Max ready to left the power plant, but before they leave Naruto saw that even though both of them happy for Naruto, they are sad and for different reason, which Naruto is quickly figure out as he saw Max is saying his goodbye to a Magnemite, but his facial expression said that he want that Magnemite, and May was clearly upset that she didn't find any suitable electric type for her contest. Naruto then let out a breath and looked towards his daughter, and both nodded to each other as they knew what is needed to be done for both May and Max. With that in mind, Naruto created a shadow clone and instructed him what he need from him, and then go towards the Pokemon Center so he can give his Electrike and Curlia to Nurse Joy so she can check up on them. After Nurse Joy returned both of his Pokemon, Naruto left the Pokemon Center for outskirts of Malvile, where he can train his Pokemon and prepare them for his gym battle, but before he can leave for outskirts, his clone came back to him and gave him 2 Pokeball and dispel itself, resulting Naruto to get the memory of the clone, to which Naruto smiled a little and left the Pokemon Center via lightning body flicker, scaring everyone around. After reaching outskirts, Naruto release all of the Pokemon that he catch in Hoenn, which are Curlia, Deoxys, Grovyle, Electrike, Empoleon, recently evolved, Sableye, Salamence. After that, Naruto created some clone and divided them into 2, while one group has 3 Pokemon. The group are Group 1 Salamence and Deoxys, Group 2 Sableye and Empoleon, and Group 3 Curlia, Grovyle, and lastly Electrike, and started to train them. Naruto mainly focus on his Pokémon that he catches recently, which are Sableye, Empoleon, and Electrike. As for how and where he catch Sableye and Empoleon, he catch Sableye in Granite Cave near Dewford Town while he rescues an injured Prinplup and take him to Pokémon Center, and after Nurse Joy healed Prinplup, Naruto goes in the room Prinplup is resting so he can talk to the Sinnoh's water-type starter and asked how he is here in Hoenn and how he got injured. Flashback. Naruto is moving through Dewford Town when his eye caught sight of an injured Prinplup trying to hide in the fountain. Naruto became worried as what happened to the Pokémon and how the water-type starter of Sinnoh is here in the first place, but didn't dwell on that matter because the Pokémon need medical attention. Naruto quietly moved towards the fountain, and when he reaches the fountain he saw that Prinplup is already unconscious, so he carefully picked him up and sprinted towards Pokémon Center. After reaching Pokémon Center, Naruto gave Prinplup to Nurse Joy and told her everything, to which the pink-haired nurse nodded her head and commanded her Chansey to brought the stretcher, which came a few minutes later, and soon Nurse Joy and Chansey take Prinplup to emergency room. After 30 minutes, Nurse Joy came out of ER and told Naruto that Prinplup is now all right and will make full recovery within 3 days, to which Naruto thanked the woman and asked if he can see Prinplup, to which Nurse Joy said after 1 hour, so Naruto waited for an hour, and after the hour is over he moved towards the room Prinplup is in, and after reaching the room Naruto see Prinplup is awake and looking around the room in confusion. As soon as Prinplup see Naruto, there is a fear in his eye which didn't get unnoticed by Naruto, who reached for the water-type starter of Sin. No region carefully as not to startle the poor Pokemon, and after reaching the bed, he sit down on the chair beside it, though his heart broke seeing the Pokemon cowering away from him in fear, but he stilled his resolve and tried to talk to him, but he fails in his effort, so he brought out his Lucario and Gudra, who he picked up from Professor Oak because Naruto had a feeling he would need them in his talk with Prinplup, since there is a possibility he is abandoned by his trainer. Naruto sometime hates his intuition, which always come true, and it isn't any exception in the case of Prinplup, as turn out Prinplup's trainer abandoned him after he lost in both gym battle and a battle with another trainer. But what is worst is that Prinplup was the Pokemon that trainer start his journey with, so Naruto told Prinplup that if Prinplup is willing to come with him, he will do everything in his power to make him strong and make him reach his potential, and he will not abandon Prinplup. Though Prinplup is skeptical at first, but after talking with both Lucario and Gudra, who were also abandoned and tortured by their previous trainer but saved by Naruto, who took care of them, give them love, train them to make them strong and reach their potential, and for these reasons they are grateful of their trainer. After hearing about Naruto from both Lucario and Gudra, Prinplup has a new sense of HPE within him, and he accepts Naruto's proposal to join his team. After that, Prinplup wanted to get a bit stronger before meeting his other teammate and wanted to train with both Lucario and Gudra, which Naruto agreed, but a bit hesitantly because Naruto knew how strong both Lucario and Gudra are. After training rigorously for a week and fighting in some battle, Prinplup evolved into Empoleon, much to happiness of Naruto and his two oldest Pokemon, who help Prinplup now Empoleon train. Present time. After dividing them, Naruto used his shadow clone to train the group, whom he will not be using in his next gym battle, while he himself trained the team he is going to use in Mauville gym battle. While Naruto and his clone was training his Pokemon in the outskirts of town in the training ground of Pokémon Center, May is training her Pokemon for next contest, while her brother is watching the training with longingly as he also want a Pokemon. After 2 hours, May finishes her training and recall all of her Pokemon and let out a sigh. Max, seeing his sister's depressed look, decided to ask what's the problem, to which May answer that she feel like a failure because she can't find a move that will be best for next contest's appeal round, and she didn't want let down their parents and Naruto, who suggested her to participate in contest and help her improve. Max quickly understood why his sister is feeling down, but what they didn't know is that they were watching by a clone of Naruto who quietly left the area and dispelled himself, resulting the memories of the clone to transferred to Naruto, who thought, "Don't worry guys, I will soon turn your frown into happy smile, and it's a promise." And again focus on training his Pokemon for gym battle. After finishing training, May and Max go inside their room in Pokemon Center and started to wait for Naruto, not knowing they are going to be surprised by their friend/crush/big brother figure. Chapter 11. Chapter 11, Mauville Gym Battle. It's 9 a.m. and Naruto can be seen with May and Max in front of Mauville Gym, where Naruto will compete with gym leader Watson for his next gym badge and be one step closer in his journey to compete in Hoenn League Ever Grand Conference. "Okay guys, let's go," said Naruto, to which both May and Max nod their head and all of them enter the gym. After entering the gym, they became confused as they expected to enter right into the arena, but it was long hallway with multiple turns making it a maze. What did it look like a maze? How are we able to know which route will lead to the gym? Asked an annoyed Max, to which Naruto just sighed and said, "Leave it to me," and stepped forward looking at the maze with a motionless expression. With a sigh, Naruto started to use his aura vision, which he and his Lucario has trained when he was training to become Aura Guardian. Soon Naruto started to go through specific set of corridors while both May and Max is trailing behind with a confused expression as how Naruto knew which corridor is going to lead to the arena, so May decided to voice his confusion and asked, Naruto-kun, how are you sure that the path we are following is the correct one? To which Naruto answered without looking back, Mei-chan, I am an Aura Guardian and every Aura Guardian can use Aura Vision which allow them to see through the walls as well as help them to detect aura signature, and I am also using aura vision to navigate our way. To which May nod her head, and after that Max said, That's so cool, can you teach me how to be an aura guardian as well, Naruto and I? Which make Naruto sigh and replied, No Max, I can't teach you, because while it's true you possess aura as every living being has the aura, but most of the humans has very small aura and try to harness it can be detrimental, which make Max sigh but he nod his head. Soon they enter a hallway and Naruto started to look around for any trap and the safest route formed there when his instincts that he has honed as his time being a shinobi kicked in, so Naruto quickly grabbed both May and Max and jumped backwards, confusing the siblings, but their confusion turns to shock when the floor beneath them parted and rail line came to view with what looked like a roller coaster cart, and as soon as Naruto landed on the cart it immediately soared off through the gym, much to their surprise. Why in the nine flaming hell there is a trap made like roller coaster? Screamed both May and Max, to which Naruto said, I don't know, but let's keep moving, I am sure we will find the arena soon. And surely soon they reached a dead end where a quadrupedal yellow tiger like Pokémon waiting for them. Seeing the Pokémon, May panicked and screamed, Why a Reiku is here? But Naruto calmly looked and deduced it's a robot, so he called his Kirlia, who as soon as came out hugged Naruto, which make him smiled, but soon Naruto broke the embrace and said, Heim used Thunderclap arrow and aim for its joints. To which the emotion Pokémon used Thunderbolt and shaped them like arrow using Psychic and aim for the joints like her father told her. As soon as the powerful attack landed, the robotic Reiku short-circuited, making it explode. Soon enough the wall behind the Reiku parted and came two people. The first was a cubby old man with white hair and white beard with a smile on his face, while the second person is a young man with brown hair and glasses. Marvelous, my boy, to think use Psychic to shape the Thunderbolt. Even Psychic type specialist will not think that. To which Naruto just rubbed the back of his head and said, Thank you, sir, and sorry about the exploding your robot. Which the old man waved off and said, It's all right, young man, it's nice to meet such strong trainer, so I assume you are here for your gym battle. To which Naruto nodded his head, and seeing Naruto's response the old man smiled and said, Well, what are we waiting for, let's go. And with that all of them go into the arena while introducing each other. After reaching the arena, both took opposite sides while May and Max go to the stand with Max carrying Naruto's Kirlia, as Naruto is not going to use her in the match but Kirlia want to watch her father battle. Soon the young man from before what said, The battle between the Mauville gym leader Watson and the challenger Naruto will now begin. It's a 3-on-3 battle with challenger is being able to switch, so please send your Pokemon. After that Watson bring out a Pokeball and throw it while saying Voltrob I choose you. And soon came a spherical Pokemon that resemblance Pokeball came into view. A Voltorb, okay Electrike, let's show them what we got. As Naruto threw a Pokeball and it opened, revealed a small green Pokemon. Oh, you have a Electrike, it's looking great. To which Naruto smiled and said, Thank you, Watson, so let's have a great battle. Watson smiled at Naruto's reply and said, Let's do it, okay. Voltorb use Shockwave. To which Voltorb jumped into the air as its body is surrounded by electricity, before firing a beam towards Electrike. Okay Electrike, since we can't dodge it, use Light Screen and block it. And Electrike did as it told and blocked the shockwave. Naruto then said, Now use Combination 4D, which confuses everyone other than Naruto and his Pokemon as to what Combination 4D is, but soon they became shocked when Electrike used Substitute to make a clone, and both Electrike fire a different attack, as one fired multiple Electro Ball and another fire the Swift, and it combined and fired towards Voltorb, and the attack landed, it makes Voltorb explode, which bring out everyone form their shock, and as soon as the dust cleared, they saw Voltorb is unconscious with swirl in place of his eyes. My boy, you are a genius to think you can train your Pokemon to use a combination like that. but you still have to defeat my other two Pokémon. Now come out, Mareep," Watson said, to which Naruto prepare to face Watson's Mareep with his Electrike. Electrike use Flame Thrower, to which Electrike shoot a torrent of flame towards Mareep. Mareep used Light Screen, commanded Watson, which Mareep follow as the flame crash with the barrier. Naruto give his next command and said, "Charge forwards, use Iron Tail," to which Electrike charged forward with his tail glowing white, and soon it crashed into the barrier made by Light Screen. As the barrier was breaking, Watson said, "Mareep use Cotton Spore," which Mareep comply and release small part of its wool in the air. Seeing this, Naruto said, "Electrike use Lightning Armor," which surprises Watson as he didn't know about a move named Lightning Armor, so he waited with anticipation, but he's surprised when Electrike encased its body with its electricity like an armor. Though due to close proximity he had some Cotton Spore attached to his body which normally would slow him down, but due to using of Lightning Armor it didn't affect the natural speed of Electrike. Soon Electrike moved backwards, and after regaining his composure, Watson commanded Mareep use Discharge, to which Mareep release a torrent of electric towards Electrike. Seeing the attack, Naruto said, "Electrike charge forward with combination 12A." Again confusing everyone. Hearing his trainer's command, Electrike charged forward with its body still encased with lightning while simultaneously charging Thunderfang, and to everyone's surprise Electrike charged through the discharge attack, making its lining armor more strong and making it more faster. Soon he is upon Mareep and bite down on Mareep with Thunderfang, which make Mareep cry out in pain and started to struggle to move out form it grasp. And as Mareep was thrashing, Electrike let go of the wool Pokemon and, before it could react, use Iron Tail, making the wool Pokemon crash down to the ground. But before Mareep landed to the ground, Electrike let out a stream of electricity signifying the use of discharge, and it was more powerful than normal one because of the energy of lightning armor is absorbed into it, making it strong while simultaneously disable the lightning armor in process. As the attack landed, there was a small explosion which caused the dust cloud to form, so everyone is waited with anticipation as to see the result. But when the dust cloud clear, it revel the unconscious wool Pokemon, while Electrike is looking tired. "It's been a while since I have such exciting match, Naruto," said Watson, to which Naruto smiled and said, "Thank you, Watson, let's finish our match." To which Watson nodded his head, and soon both trainer recalled their Pokemon, while throwing another Pokeball, and as it opened it reveled Grovyle and Pikachu. Soon the final round began and Watson gave command, "Pikachu use Agility," followed by Iron Tail. And Pikachu started to rush forward, vanishing in a burst of speed. Naruto then said, "Grovyle, you also use Agility and meet Pikachu's Iron Tail with your Leaf Blade." And with that, Grovyle also vanished into burst of speed, and next moment both Pokemon meet in between the field and a clash with wind started to pick up. As both Pokemon are in a deadlock, Naruto commands, "Grovyle, use Energy Ball." As a ball made of green energy started to form in front of Grovyle. Seeing this, Watson commands Pikachu use Thunderbolt. And with that, Pikachu prepared to use Thunderbolt, and soon enough both Pokemon fired their attack at the same time, causing an explosion resulting both Pokemon to be thrown away from one another, and both taking damage as well. Soon Watson command Pikachu use Rain Dance and followed by Discharge, to which Pikachu called its name and black clouds started to form on the sky. Seeing this, Naruto command Grovyle use Grassy Terrain followed up by Leaf Storm, and soon a green barrier started to form, and as soon as the barrier formed, Grovyle unleash a tornado of leaf as it met Pikachu's discharge and cancel each other out, and soon Naruto command Grovyle, use combination 15G, and soon Grovyle use Agility to close the distance between him and Pikachu. Seeing this, Watson ordered Pikachu to use Thunder, but before the rodent used his attack, Grovyle used Thunder Punch to launch Pikachu upwards and use Acrobatics to reach Pikachu and slam his tail, that is surrounded with Dragon-type energy, signifying the use of Dragon Tail, and slammed Pikachu to the floor. As the attack ended, everyone has their jaw dropped at the fast pace and the combination of move as well as brutality, and all of them look towards Pikachu, who is trying his hardest to stand up, and after some time it manages to stand up while panting, and Grovyle is also panting heavily as it took a lot out of him to execute the combination attack, and it also has minor electricity run through its body, signifying it's paralyzed due to Pikachu's static ability. Coming out of his stupor, Watson asked, "Are you all right, buddy?" To which Pikachu nodded its head. Watson then continued, "Okay, buddy, let's use our final attack, use Volt Tackle Pikachu." As the electric mouse started to run towards Grovyle, and its body started to encase in electricity, Naruto command, "Grovyle, prepare combination 2B," To which Grovel started to make an energy ball while his hands started to encase in electricity for Thunder Punch, and soon Pikachu clash with Grovyle and cause another explosion, and both Pokemon thrown away form one another, but soon Grovyle enveloped in a bright light as he started to change, and as the light died down it revealed Sceptile in place of Grovyle, which make Naruto happy, and as the dust cloud that hiding their view of Pikachu cleared, revealing the rodent Pokemon unconscious, as the referee was about to announce Sceptile and Naruto winner, Sceptile also fell down and is unconscious. Seeing this, the referee announced both Sceptile and Pikachu unable to continue, and as the challenger has 2 Pokemon, but all of the gym leader Pokemon has defeated, the winner of this match is Naruto of the Pallet Town. After that, Max and Curlia cheered for Naruto, and they go towards battlefield while both Naruto and Watson recalled their Pokemon and walk towards each other, and after reaching each other they shake their hand. "You are really the strongest challenger I have faced till now, Naruto," said Watson, to which Naruto said, "Thank you, Watson." And after that, Watson give Naruto the Dynamo badge. After some time, Naruto can be seen outside Pokemon Center with May and Max, as after treating Naruto's Pokemon in the Pokemon Center, they are ready to leave the Malvile City. As they were walking, May said, "Naruto-kun, you did great with those combination move." To which Naruto said, "Thanks, May-chan." Max then said with a smile, "Yeah, Naruto and I-san, you are amazing." And after that sighed and mumbled, "Wish I have a Pokemon." But Naruto clearly heard it and stopped, resulting the siblings to stop as well, and May asked, Is something wrong, Naruto-kun?" Naruto didn't answer May's question but dig through his pocket and brought out 2 custom-made Pokeball. Turning towards May and Max, Naruto gave each of them 1 Pokeball, which confused the sibling. Seeing their confused expression, Naruto chuckled and said, "They are yours, a small gift from me." To which their eyes widen and they excitedly call out the Pokemon that is inside the Pokeball. As the light died down, revealed 2 electric-type Pokemon for Max. It is a Magnemite, the same one that he became friends with, and for May it is a cute female Amalga who, as soon as released from its Pokeball, fly and sit on top of May's head, and May is very happy about the Pokemon. Soon both siblings hugged Naruto and thanked him, with May asking about Amalga as to where he find the electric type or which Pokemon is it, which Naruto is happy to provide information, and soon the trio with their Pokemon leave for the next town, not knowing soon he will reunited with not only his surrogate mother, brother, sister and friend/crush but also his ex-family.